and yells.
Please don't speak about Leo like that.
Yeah, come on, man. I deserve respect. I deserve respect. God damn
He
it.
has a name. Like, come on.
Sorry, I just dropped my dice tray on my things. I'm trying to lift it over my cat.
I thought you just muted yourself so you could talk to Pilot without being harassed.
I will not be harassed in my own house. Good day.
Hey, now that he's muted, we can harass him without any consequences.
Reply while we harass
All right, we murdered a man in kind of cold blood.
I disagree.
Self-defense.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, but self-defense doesn't mean hold person, tase him to death.
he shot
That
me with
what
the
we did?
ballista.
yeah.
And then we subdued him, and then you kept going.
Yeah, he is subdued.
Yeah. Now he is permanently subdued. We can revive him
Anyways.
at our leisure in a couple years when we get to that level.
If you get to that level.
If we get to that level.
But yes.
Suck at loading 98%.
Oh, okay, never mind. I was like, what are you guys
I am-
talking about? Because we were sitting on the hill.
Right. So when
What is going on?
when the guy died, however, the fear effect ended. So both Noda and Gris are no longer required to like not face or move towards the boat. However, if they're fun vibing with who is it? Let me check the
It's the Nya guy, right?
which one though? John. Yeah, they're with John. Yeah, John's burying himself
right,
in the
there's
sand, and
multiple.
if Noda and Gris are fine just sort of vibing with John, they can stay there, but they are free to come down to the boat now.
Oh, we're just on the fucking hill with the skeleton.
Yeah, you're on the dune
Yeah.
like a couple hundred feet away.
I'm going to send
The
a
skeleton be
mental
smoking a
message to
cigarette,
John,
like the Van
because
Gogh
I can
painting.
command him mentally, and be like, bring everyone down here if you can. Something happened. And then
You're not gonna get any response, obviously, but John will suddenly like start to pull himself out of the sand, and he'll go, yeah. And he's gonna like grab the hands of both Gris and Noda and just sort of like teeter-totter his way down the dune because
this
he's.
is a little forward. we don't know you like that.
Sorry, I have a question. Every single time I open Foundry, this thing, like data sync thing, pops up. What?
it doesn't matter.
I don't. It's
Nothing?
something weird with version 11, I think.
Yeah, so just close it, and if it has a thing to say, never. Sorry, pilot. I tried to spray something with compressed air, and I forgot that he hates it, and he almost just ripped my legs up trying to get off me.
Oh no.
All right.
I'm
Is there a way to
sorry.
get it to not ever pop up again? Not that it
I'm working.
matters.
I am working on it. I will let you know as soon as I find out. But it does bother me as well.
Okay.
Wait,
But
when are
I-
we gonna
I
get
just stopped
the-
popping up for me at some point. I
Yeah, it
don't
did
know
for
why.
me as
Yeah,
well.
I
I didn't
think
do
I
anything, but
All right.
When are we gonna get our updated alignments?
We are doing that now. I just want to make sure you guys all have
Yay!
vision of the map. So if you turn your attention to the Twitch stream, because I do not have any way to show you only a segment of Photoshop,
I have it
Uh,
open.
you're going to see
How do I-
a.
Just click
Yeah,
on
he streams all
Leo's
these so that
thing.
we have them.
Oh,
Hold on, I'll
okay.
send it in Brightblight.
If you
No, I
click on
got it.
his
I'm going to-
profile, you can just click watch.
Oh, cool,
from
it
his
is up
profile on the
there
right side.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
no.
are going
Oh,
to
there-
see.
now it's also sent there.
So that-
You're
I
going to
recommend
see
muting
an
the stream
alignment
as soon as
chart.
you open it. Otherwise, you're
Yeah.
going to go fucking insane.
What?
All right.
He's a VTuber!
Yeah.
So here's first. So just want to clarify something. How alignment works is you can decide an alignment for your character when you create them, and you can tell me that alignment. However, your actions in the game will adjust that alignment ever so slightly. And how alignment affects gameplay is certain challenges, certain skills can have a +1 or even +2 either bonus or decrease. Like it will either increase or decrease a DC of a check or challenge, depending on your alignment. So if you are generally a lawful good person and you want to like start a riot and try to rile people up, it's a bit hard. You look like a nerd. Like you have the vibes of like a nerd. Like what you
You
can't
look
do
like a
that.
narc, even.
Yeah. Whereas like if you're like but if you're someone who is in like the true neutral, it is just +0 for everything. Nothing's happening. The world is your oyster, I guess. So for the sake of clarity, I'm actually going to go over their characters in the previous campaign and show you where they ended up.
Let's go.
So first of all, probably like the most surprising for me, based on how it started off, Ignis is actually
Yeah, I
chaotic
know how
good.
this is gonna go. 'Cause
He's what?
Ignis is chaotic good because
Oh, wait.
despite being like a bit like wild and like having some like snap decisions, he generally wanted just like what was best for both his party and sometimes complete strangers that he had just met. So chaotic good.
I love this. I didn't realize we were doing old characters too.
This is
Yeah.
That.
I love
Next
this.
Next up, Celine. Chaotic evil.
You straight poisoned me.
It was funny.
You almost got Tassi killed because you poisoned me.
You ever heard of a bit? Like,
See
I don't know
that's
what
why.
you're talking
So
about.
I want to just clarify that the good and evil spectrum. It's not like you're a bad person or a bad character. It just means that you're.
you just also
I think.
were a bad.
I think good and I think for D&D a lot of the time when you see like modules that tell you what's the alignment of these NPCs and they say like good anywhere on the spectrum of good to evil, it's usually like how altruistic is this character? And Celine is not the most altruistic person. Next up, Nasir. Chaotic neutral.
Yeah.
Verging on true neutral, but generally when he wasn't going crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
noticing a pattern here with the chaos.
Yeah.
Us? Chaotic? No.
Tassi. True neutral. She is very close
No.
to the chaotic evil corner, you should note.
Yeah.
The placement in the square does affect where it says, but she's very close to the edge. She was
I was just
near
a
the
little more racist.
near the end of the second campaign, you were getting there. You were definitely getting there.
Oh, wait. Ignis is a hard chaotic good. That is like I didn't know the
Yes.
placement was like
It's hard
He-
good.
that was intentional.
The only person that like ever was harmed by his chaos was like a meditating cultist, and he wasn't aware of that at the time because of his perception, and so he just viewed it as a threat and eliminated. That was the only person that was ever like,
There was no
Swiftly-
Eliminated with
intentions in
extreme
killing that
prejudice,
cultist.
might I ask.
yeah, it was eliminated with extreme prejudice, but that's the only person that was caught up in his chaos, and that like makes you go like, ooh. But even then, that was not like I'm gonna just kill this guy for fucks. It's like no, it was because he was like that could be a possible threat.
Actively used buildings.
No, it was with a spider-infested building that was all webbed up. You're like, all right, well, gotta burn it down. Which, like, a lawful good person would try to save the building. Chaotic good's like, that's a threat. I'm just gonna burn it. So, yeah, Ignis is chaotic good. Now, finally, Belmont Venmo, whose icon in my files is named Venmo. True neutral. He's slightly more neutral, slightly less evil than Tassi.
Slightly less evil.
But he was like, I originally had him like a little bit further up here, like until like the end of the campaign. It got further and further down.
Yeah, he had a villain arc for a second.
He did at the end there. And then we have the Blight. Now, I did mention to a couple of people yesterday that there was one person that I feel like will be a contentious placement. But otherwise, I feel pretty confident about everyone else.
Can we start with a contentious one then?
No,
the
we're
end on
ending
the
with
contentious
we're
one.
ending with the
Come
contentious
on.
one. All right, so first off, Noda, chaotic good.
Yay!
She's a child and she wants to live out a fantasy with life. That's how like she's acted in this world so far.
She's so small on that icon compared to Ignis.
Yeah, deal with it.
Single-celled organism.
Yeah, she is small. Next up, Penny, neutral good, very close to true neutral,
Look at that.
but she's getting there.
Penny had a slip up recently and is starting to get a little.
She's
I'm curious to what I'm curious if I want to run with it or not. But yes,
I love Penny's fog, how it looks.
She
on there.
was at the edge of chaotic good around here. She is now neutral good.
let's go.
Next up, Gris. True neutral. Approaching neutral good. She's the adult in the situation more often than not.
She's literally
Which-
here to chill.
She's just here to chill. Like,
Damn, I know you were chill.
I remember asking like, hey, what's Chris's reason for being here in the adventure? And she's like, oh, she's just like looking to chill and just kind of like see cool
She
things,
wasn't doing
help
anything
people
else
out.
this weekend, so
Yeah,
Yeah, you guys seem fun. I'll help you out.
yeah.
Better than where I was before.
Pal,
immaculate vibes.
the definition of lawful neutral. Guy's like pragmatic to a fault.
He was made to be a lawful neutral.
He's designed to be a lawful neutral. He's just like, I like, if it helps me, cool. If there's no reason for me to do this, I'm out. Like, I'm just gone.
Yeah.
Which means that the contentious placement is for Sam. Mr. Sam
Really?
1.
That makes
Yes.
sense. I can see that.
So, Sam, it's a bit hard to place Sam because so here's what when I try to think about how does the world see Sam, how does the NPCs, the general environment react to him, and it was Sam's behavior from the perspective of the rest of the world is erratic, inconsistent,
Yep.
and self-serving.
Yep.
So with that in mind, Sam is chaotic evil.
Let's
Oh my-
go.
The most chaotic possible. Not that evil, but he falls onto the side of chaotic evil.
Oh man, I am evil.
Not that evil. You're more chaotic than
I
evil.
got
Evil's
shot
a fewer
from you down
left.
to the lowest point of my possible health, and you made a joke.
I
While standing in the doorway, so I couldn't escape.
just want to point out that, like, Pal, most lawful person, Sam, the most chaotic person on the chart so far. The most chaotic.
We have a pretty good dynamic going. It's like,
But yeah, that is the alignment.
That
it's
makes sense
exactly
about
like Drake and
Blight.
Josh.
Yeah. So yeah, if you're anything that you think, if you can consider this like, hey, maybe I can either lean into this, or if I want to like shift, if I want my character to be more neutral, or I want my character to be more good, you can think about how you would act to shift them wherever. And I'll update this every so often. We'll see.
This is
I
a
do
fun
feel
little thing to look
This
back
is a
on.
lot of fun. I
Evil
like this a
gang.
lot.
Yeah, I do like.
But yeah,
I
that
think it'd be
is.
very funny to just after we know we fucked up an encounter, if you just pull this up, it's like, well, and then drag someone to somewhere they.
To like the other, like just like tic tac, just like all the way down. I want a party that gets like all four corners. I like that would be
That's very
fantastic.
hard to balance.
I mean, right now we have a pretty good triangle going on.
Yeah, basically, you
We
have
only
you
have
have.
a triangle because of Pal's existence.
Yeah,
Yes.
what's your point?
Pal almost died last session. If he's gone, you guys go back to the chaotic leaning side of the.
I'm trying to decide if I want to lean more into lawful penny, because basically I'm just torn between chaotic penny and lawful penny, which is why I end up neutral a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Because
What
like
was our first?
I'm playing a tiny little person who has the power to raise the dead. So sometimes I want to get a little crazy with it, but also she's too nice. So
You gotta
Alright.
embrace the chaos, Cam.
I don't know.
Well-
Yeah, Penny's starting to veer towards neutral. She's losing the gut.
She's really close to true neutral. I'll say that much. I'm sorry. This is right Blight. All right, cool. Saving that. And all
I
right.
like those crystals. I can't see them normally. Oh, yeah, I
Oh.
can. I just
Yep.
didn't.
All
I
right.
don't
So,
know. I'm
I've
close
never
to
seen
stream
this in my
now.
life.
with that, quick review of the session. Even though you guys kind of went over it, Pal handled it very very well.
yeah, we'll call it that.
He's been dealt with.
I'm gonna add that to my notes. Pal handled them.
There was a brief moment, which, by the way, I want to point out that because of how the lawful neutral alignment of Pal, that's the only reason why he was even able to attempt some sort of like diplomacy at all with them. Ultimately failed. I rolled to see like would he engage in diplomacy because of Pal's alignment. Not so. It did affect that, but yes,
I'm just saying, I think it would have gone better for him.
maybe. But that's not the character that this guy was.
Fortunately for him, he was born a humanoid. Critical error.
A topsider, even.
Noda and Gris are making their way down to the boat. You guys are free to do what you wish.
I
Rick-
interject to make sure there's nobody else in the area.
Sure.
Jacob is going to spend a little bit of time just kind of. He doesn't have teeth because the jaw that I got doesn't have teeth, so he's just gonna like not gumming because he doesn't have gums, just kind of clamping.
He's just
with the body.
he's pinching it
We're in
basically.
combat still. We're still in combat.
Oh wait, no, my bad. End combat.
Let me
I
out.
know.
It's my turn. Penny's
I'm
gonna-
going to, while remaining outside the vision of these crossbows and looking for somebody, I'm gonna move to take them out of commission.
And while you're doing that, Penny will run up to Noda and Gris and.
Oh, hey guys!
Oh,
What's going on in there?
are you guys okay?
Did we miss anything?
Did
yeah,
you-
we were just.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gris, John, and I were just having a nice
You're not-
moment.
John's
Afraid of the
really
boat?
cool.
Yeah.
Ah.
Penny's
John
gonna
does
drop her book.
make me jump sometimes though. Whenever he does that.
Don't do that. Okay, that's.
Pal, take the
strange.
shot. Take the shot, pal. Take the shot.
Well,
I see Sam
might
running
be
around
easier-
back there.
it might be easier to just show rather than try to explain. Come on.
You sure?
Oh my
Yeah.
god, a body!
So what you see before you, Noda, is someone
Oh,
with
no.
like a handprint burnt onto their face. You see a gray-skinned dwarf with like a curly, like well-managed beard, a couple of braids running along his hair, and just like a like burnt black skin in the shape of a palm
What the fuck?
covering his
When-
face.
What the
Language.
heck? Shoot!
Was it deuce?
Fuck.
Gosh!
What the fuck did you do,
Fuck.
Ty?
Um.
Ty, how did you get slim? What the fuck? How did you do that? How did you do that?
Did you
Sam
get
got-
Sam
Sam has a dent. I've never seen that before.
He disappeared!
Oh
There.
my god, he's big again.
It's just
I'm
a
just
mirage.
imagining a boing.
You see him blow, like, stick his thumb into his mouth, and just you hear like a blowing noise as he just pops back.
Well, Hal walked
Why
into
is
the
this man
room.
radiating?
We didn't.
Yeah.
Through the door.
Oh, hi, John.
Oh yeah.
We Hal got kind of exploded, and
Pal?
Pal exploded?
Oh yeah, you see,
okay?
you see,
gesture towards Pal.
you can see Pal like around the corner. Pal's going around the corner, like disarming some automate like crossbows ready to fire, and you see there's just a massive hole within his chest that like. By this point, the ballista bolt has like slid out, but there is a clean hole like through his chest that you can see.
Oh no.
I'm standing behind him trying to put my hand through the hole.
I'm gonna like go on the other
alright.
side of Pal and see if
Um,
we
I'm
can
gonna
like
stop that.
through
I'm
it.
not
Does he
letting that happen.
notice?
Quick! I do need a quick. I need a sleight of hand check from you, Noda.
A sleight of hand.
You were stealthily doing.
Yeah, I don't want you to make a big deal out of it. I don't know. I don't need to be dramatic, but I feel like Pal tends to overreact sometimes when I do things. Nat 20?
Nat 20. For a total of
You said sleight of hand? 23?
yes. Okay, yeah, you managed to sneak past Pal's passive perception. Let me roll a d20 real quick.
I'm like trying to wave at Pal through his stomach.
Your arm is not long. Your arm is not long
I
enough
know.
to do that.
And I
He
said
noticed
I'm
through the hole.
trying to.
You can see Noda through the hole, and then you see her hand try to go through it. Noda. So, luckily, this is a good roll. So, Noda, please make a Constitution saving throw for me.
Can I make it an advantage because they got a nat 20?
No.
I got a 10.
You got a 10? Alright.
I got a
You
10.
take you take 11 you take 11 lightning damage.
Ow!
You weren't
Ow,
even
what the heck?
Do I know what happened?
Why did you
Yes.
do that?
You felt
Ow!
like so the equivalent of it is like if you ever feel like a tightness in your chest or like you're breathing really heavy, you just feel like a sort of heaviness in your chest. You felt that sensation just now. Which, by the way, gone differently, that damage would have been dealt to Paladin. He's not doing. Yeah, that could have been dangerous for you. Yes. Instead, it was dangerous for Noda.
That was really rude, pal. What the heck?
I need you to understand that if you did that differently, I could have died.
But I didn't.
So true.
True.
Is everything all right over there?
The game's still paused.
Oh, sorry.
Anyways, after I say that, I walk away.
There, like Noda, like you see Noda come around the corner. It's like a kid who just like burnt themselves on an outlet. Like she's like sucking like her like fingers or something like out at her.
Look what Pal did to me. Oh.
Did Pal do that to you, or did you do that trying to do something to Pal?
I don't like the tone of your voice. Pal did it to me.
I watched
definitely
Pale do it to her. I'm just gonna say it.
Oh.
Make a deception. Make a deception check, Chris. Chris, make a deception check, please.
Gonna believe them. He has no reason to suspect their lies.
Yeah, I just want to.
I think I saw.
I
You
feel
know
like
what?
that could be the case.
She does have a -1 intelligence.
Sure do. You want me to make a deception check?
Make an intelligence check.
And where the fuck? Oh.
You have a -1.
-1. Fuck. I rolled a 4, so 3.
Yeah, that's what you believe. You're like, man, why did Pal do that? Like, we just got over a fear of boats, and then he just like did that to Noda. That's kind of fucked up.
Regardless, we can spend some time and look our way.
Yeah.
John. Please.
John, I told you. Don't like that. Can you just?
You know what,
not,
John?
Can you at least not face me while you do that?
John,
like you're looking right at me, and I don't. Thank you.
He's gonna dive right in. He's gonna go. Oh, not Jacob. He's gonna dive right in. Just go head first into the bag, and he's gone. And then Jacob's gonna go nah, and then he's gonna go back to pinching the arm of this corpse.
Well, I want to get some more information out of him. I can try to commune with him. It might give us some more information about.
How would you like to open that door?
I am going to, knowing what happened, stand to the side and push the door open. Whatever side the hinge isn't on. Like, I don't know how this.
I like to imagine you walk up to it, put your hand on the handle, and you're like, slide to the left.
Okay. Go ahead and open the door then. All right.
Take my shield.
Over here, you see like the like sort of like the markings burned into the floor of his boat, of like some sort of arcane circle, of some sort. But it's like it's long since faded. Like it's like lost its power source basically. It's now inactive.
Guys, there's a really big barrel in there.
A big barrel?
There's a big barrel. That's like.
Which, by the way, no. I want to point out right now. I wish to point out right now that Noda has climbed onto the ballista with the sharp end pointed towards her and just like sort of peering around like a fucking kid. Just like have you ever seen like cannons like lined up at like some sort of historical site and kids are just like climbing over them like what?
I just jumped down from the other one to climb onto this one.
Chris to the fucking stalagmite in the corner.
No, check out that barrel. What's going on with it?
Okay.
What's up with the big barrel?
I don't.
Oh my god.
Can I make an investigate check or something?
Can we open the tap?
Sure. You can if you want. Do you?
Sam, get out there. Sam, get out there.
I want to.
Stop moving so quickly.
All right. Nope. Pause. You didn't make it out in time.
I would be able to say it sooner, but he moved 40 feet.
Yep.
Ball shape allows him to roll at supersonic speed.
I'm just imagining fucking Hamster from
Hammond.
Sorry, yeah, Hammond.
I mean, Hamster is accurate.
Right here. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Nothing there. Yeah, no, Noda, you're trying to investigate it, and with that check, you're not really like finding anything interesting. The Gristler just walks up next to you and just like turns the tap on, and out begins
the barrel as she.
Out begins to leak a sweet, a sweet smelling liquid.
I
and it's
I
you
give
just
it a
you
big
just hear it.
whiff and I
Close it first.
I kind of want to taste it.
Chris, it's
All
kind of
right.
sticky.
Have they closed
I'm
it yet?
getting.
If I'm
No, she's like letting go, just sort of like pouring onto
I'm
the.
gonna,
If
I'm
they're
gonna
not
close
closing
it.
it,
I'm
we're just
closing it.
wasting
I'm closing it.
All right,
I'm closing
It's
it.
closed.
I don't like this on my feet. I don't like how this
They're
feels.
really nosy over there, aren't they, Jacob?
nah.
Yeah,
And he goes back to
nosy.
pinching the arm with his mouth.
You're gonna break one of those. I might need those.
I might need the-
Ma. Ma.
Hey, I'm immersed. Thank you.
You're welcome. But yes, you stop the tap, Noda. But doing
can't
so, you end up
sidestep.
you end up stepping in this sticky liquid that's now in the wood here. Briss, it's rather sweet smelling, and since you've been in this area, you would recognize this as fermented cactus wine.
I drink some.
All right, you have to reopen the tap to do so.
Is there not some on the floor?
No, I'm
I mean,
gonna.
it's like soaked in wood floor.
Yes, there is some on the floor. Would you like to lick the floor, Chris? The sandy wooden floor?
It looks like wood on here. It didn't occur to me it'd be sandy.
Arna does.
Do you want me
It
to?
doesn't.
Do you want me to? And I'm gesturing towards the tap. And then I'm
Yeah,
pointing
just
at
do
her
a little
mouth.
bit. I'm gonna
stopping
put my
any
mouth-
attempts to reach the tap again.
Hey, what do you have against fun, pal?
Yeah, what's up with that?
I'm against
There's-
messing with random things in a building where someone just
It's
tried
not
to
a
kill us.
random thing. It's like
It is a
fermented
random
cactus
thing.
wine.
It's a barrel
No,
full
you
of
know what's
wine.
in it. You don't. It's just a giant barrel sitting here. We don't know possession. We don't know value. We don't know anything. We're not just going to randomly
Okay.
start drinking it.
By the way, while they're in there, Penny is definitely rifling through his pockets.
Sure.
I walked out in the middle of Pal lecturing us.
All right,
Hmm.
so you
The main
find
things that Penny are looking for is
Fine,
anything
yeah.
identifying,
Enjoy your no fun.
anything identifying, and
I
then
would like
anything,
to examine the
like a
ballista. I want
notebook.
to see how it
anything
fires.
that might have writing in it,
Wait, I'm gonna move out of the way.
but also picking up whatever else you find.
All right, so making both Penny and Sam make investigation checks for me.
All right.
And Jacob is
What's
trying his
will a
best to help.
7 give me?
Jacob is trying his best to help. I will let you determine if that gives advantage or not.
I'm gonna make an intelligence check. He needs to beat a DC 10 in order to help you.
Well, he has an intelligence of 6, so
I'm sorry.
yeah, no.
He's not able to help you. He's just kind of pinching the arm over and over again with his mouth.
Sorry.
Just he just goes
he's
mom
newborn,
mom
he's
mom
teething.
mom mom mom.
Okay, but why is that like kind of cute though?
What is this? Investigation?
Yeah, investigation.
That is a 14.
14. So on the body of this person, you're able to find he has a couple of javelins. He has a war pick on him. He has a unique. Hold on a second. Let me.
These are deep
really-
pockets.
I should really look this up. Well, he has it like strapped on his back or whatever. I definitely should have opened my notes while we had all that time, but you know,
Anyways.
who
Sometimes it be
cares?
like that.
Point.
Anyway.
He has a ring that, like, despite all of his stuff having like worn scratches on it and whatnot, this ring is like perfect and spotless, basically. No scratches, no dents. It has like a unique gleam to it.
Penny's gonna thread that onto her necklace next to the ring of water walking to figure it out later.
And then, where is it? He also has a small pouch with some like loose Olmeron chunks in it.
I'm gonna call it to Noda real quick. Noda,
What?
that room on the other side, no one's allowed in it.
Okay. I wasn't gonna, but
No,
I
make
didn't- I
sure no
didn't
one else
even
goes in
know-
it. That's your job right
Oh, I have a job. Okay.
Noda, don't step on him.
I was so excited to scamper over to the.
She just climbs over him. Let's see. And then he also has one more thing on him. He has
Oh,
a He has sort of this dark iron pendant that has a crown on it that has like on the tips of this crown there seems to be like bursting stars like behind them.
So dark iron pendant, and on the top of it is like it's kind of like crowned. With
Yeah,
this
it's
sort of spiky thing with stars on it.
the symbol. It's the pendant itself it's a symbol of a crown, and behind each point of the crown there seems to be like a star like signification behind it.
What is in these 2 crates that I'm nearby? Better not.
In these crates nearby, there are some there's some rations, there's some dried food, some dried fruits, some dried meats.
That's it.
Yes.
Yeah, I imagine it was probably just
Okay.
a storage thing.
Yeah.
Uh,
I'm gonna
alignment
take some rations.
So
Sa-
Penny is going to throw all of the shit into her bag, and then keep the pendant and the ring out. Everything
Okay.
else go in the bag of holding. And we can
Sam,
figure that out later.
Yes.
please make what was your investigation check for the crossbow or the ballista? I mean,
A delicious savory 7.
7.
It's been an honor,
It's
Mr. Obama.
it's pretty fucking big. Actually,
Look at the size of this
I have
thing.
made an attempt to disarm these so that they aren't.
yeah. So actually, you have no fucking clue. Like you're like this guy must have been magic to be firing these ballista without being
Shit
anywhere
must
near
be
them
magic and he
because
kicks it.
Pal has already like disarmed them and like removed the fire mechanism. So you have no clue. You're like
So
weird.
this.
I just don't want him to accidentally
Does it
shooting
still
somebody.
fire?
It can. Would you like to fire it?
Oh my god.
Do I know where the activation mechanism is with this check?
Yes, there's a sort of lever on the bottom of this thing,
What does
and it.
lever do? Pulls
Uh,
lever.
All
You
right.
didn't clear the down range?
All right. Pause. We're gonna fucking find out where this goes. Okay. So, the good news is, it's not going to hit Penny.
Where's Chris?
37 hit points, by the way.
The bad news is, let me move
Uh-oh.
this
If you
back
hit
to
Jacob, I swear to fucking
where
God,
this
I will
is.
find you.
So the bad news is that it hits a quirky little item over here that you can see, Gris.
Uh-oh.
No.
And it is going to Pal, as you're like sort of checking out this room, like you're like finally like now you can focus. There's like the noise is gone from this room. You're gonna hear an explosion as soon as you turn your back to the door, as this area will explode. And
Just out of it.
Penny, as like you're rifling through stuff and you're putting all the stuff in the bag, you like lean back from him. You're like, okay, got the ring, got the pendant, and then you stand up and you're like looking around like, what's everyone else doing? Boom! This body will like explode and will just sort of like will sort of like land onto Jacob. And it is burnt now. Is now there's two very significant burns. There's one that is like a hand covering the face, and
Oh
the
my
other is like half of the body basically. He's been two-faced
Right.
almost.
On hearing the crossbow discharge, I'm going to.
And then you not just hear a ballista, you hear you hear a
checking out
ballista
this
discharge,
room.
and then you hear an explosion. Actually,
I think instinctively know to
Yeah,
wild shapes when she hears the explosion.
I'm running
All right.
out of the room.
what does she wild shape into?
A bear.
All right.
You are
Can I
not gonna
tell which
believe
crossbow
this.
discharged?
Yes, there's one that is no longer armed because he armed the one that Gris is by before.
It wasn't me, I swear it wasn't me. this
That one was already armed. Sam. Both of them were armed. Hal simply took off the automatic.
So badly.
What's going on?
Crossbow and then fired it.
You
So
almost
say-
hit
yeah.
me.
Whoops.
Sam was just
I'm-
looking. Yeah.
This is Sam
Okay,
trudging
yeah,
down
I'm
even
gonna run
further
over.
into that evil corner.
So I
Sam.
I do want to point out right now, this area of the boat is now is like still on fire because of the
Okay.
explosion.
Oh shit!
Am I
You
able
did-
to even get out?
You did
Like,
you
are
did come here to harvest wood, by the way.
Can anyone have? Penny's just gonna start casting Ray of Frost to
Would
try and
my-
like help douse the flames.
Would my
Yeah?
skunk spray help the problem or make it worse?
You can try.
Does she know if it's flammable? Is that something? Or
I
do
feel
you
like that
know?
has
Not
to be
she.
something she.
Has
You got bored.
has she? I want to ask you something, Maddie. I want to ask you something very important. Has
Yeah.
Gris tried to light something on fire with her skunk spray?
They would.
Okay.
Let's go.
So you would know that if a flame source, if it is introduced to an active flame surface, that it will not decrease the flames.
But it won't make it worse.
It's you've had mixed
What do you-
results when you've tried
Okay.
it.
Okay, but it won't help the problem.
It
Okay.
will not. It will not diminish the flames in any way. It has a chance of making it worse.
I see.
It's not confirmed. It depends on the fire. Sometimes it depends on the type of flame.
Noda, do you have anything?
I'm looking at my hands. I could try to stomp it out, I guess.
Yeah, I've
How big are these
thrown
flames?
Sam off of the crossbow, basically.
All right.
We are talking about this later.
How big are these flames?
He's
Is
so
it
Uh,
realistic
the
to
flame,
be
the flame,
able
the
to
flame,
stomp it
the
out
flames
a little
aren't
bit?
huge. It covers a wide area. You can try to stomp it out,
I'm
but
gonna
it's
try to
covering.
start stomping off a little bit that's near me.
All right,
Just
go
one.
ahead and give me like a strength check as you try to just like smother flames with your large earth sign body.
I'm just stomping. Oh no, I got an 11.
You're not really able to like every single area. Like, you try to stomp out the flame, and then you're like, okay, move on to the next area, and then the area you left on is like still burning. Basically,
Damn it.
it's like, yeah, you're basically going back and forth. Yeah, yeah, basically.
I'm trying, Penny. I'm trying.
Penny's also
Ow.
just trying to use
Thick
Ray
as
of
the
Frost.
floor.
Should we
Uh,
just grab what we can and go?
Am I able to escape through this top area, or are these boxes in the way?
You can crawl
just
over the boxes. It's
I'll
rather
get you,
it's
Chris.
precarious.
I got you.
Thank you,
I got
Noda.
you.
What'd you ask?
Saved
How
my
thick
life.
is the floor?
The
Is it something
floor,
easily breakable.
the floor. It's for someone with your strength, pal. Yes. Also, Noda, all that during that process of escorting Grace and also stomping out the flames, you take 2 points of fire damage.
Ow!
Ow.
Thank you so much,
This is
Noda.
nothing. This is just strength.
But
training.
yes, pal, if you wanted to break the floor with your mace, you could definitely do so, especially with your
Yeah,
strength.
how
Your-
is it spreading quickly, or is it just a concern of it spreading?
There's a concern of it spreading. It's not like while this is dry wood, there's also like a lot of sand that's basically like kind of hampering the ability for it to catch fire. It could the ship could eventually burn down. You surmise, but
No,
like
throw sand on what you can, and I'm gonna start trying to use my mace to. Sam, you go help them.
Okay.
Okay, I start I turn around on all floors and start kicking the sand onto the fire.
I'm gonna run outside and keep getting handfuls of sand.
You're
all
putting
I
a
can do.
handful down by the door, and I'm kicking the pile that you're placing by the door into the fire.
all right.
I'm gonna look at John and Jake. I'm gonna pull John back out of it. It's like, okay, John. You got
Yeah.
Listen, be cool. You and
he
Jacob, go get his.
He goes. Yeah. He sees the flames.
I need you to go and just get as much sand as you can in here, both of you.
How are they gonna
I
carry
want
it?
to use my mace and try to basically break it, so it break away the connecting. I don't want it to reach the walls.
Okay. Okay. So that's gonna take a while. I'm gonna say that. For this, of Pal, you dedicate yourself to doing this, you will be able to separate the flames from the rest of this ship. I'm going to need a successful athletics check from. I need 3 successful athletics checks from the rest of the party. No one can get more than 1 success.
No more than one success?
You can't.
Yes,
You can't. One
you-
person can't.
Basically,
contribute.
3 people.
Oh.
need to
Yeah,
succeed.
3 people, and you have technically
Okay.
5 with you, with John and Jacob here. So you
I
have
will
a
point out
chance.
that John
Would
and
I-
Jacob have a strength of 10, and I have a strength of 8. So
Would I have a feeling that if I
I also
Came
am
back
a
from my
strength of
wild
10.
shape and used mold earth. That would help squelch the flames better than what we're doing right now.
Yes. If you use mold earth, I would count. You would still need to roll for it, but if you succeed with mold earth, we would count that as 2 successes.
Okay. I'm
Let's
gonna.
do that.
As Pal tells me to move the sand, I'm like, there's gotta be a better way.
You start doing
gonna-
like the thing with like kicking with your hind legs, like on all fours, kicking the sand back. You're like, there's gotta be a better way to do this, and you're like, wait a minute.
Hold on.
You shrink back down to notice size. So instead of an athletics check, you're gonna roll a d20 and add your spellcasting modifier.
Okay. And I sort of like am using my fingers to sort of like air pick up sand and then plop it
Yes.
on the thing. That's how it's working. Okay. Please. No!
Yeah. Yeah.
We might have the tools to fix this. Just gotta roll the number first.
I rolled a 3.
I'm so sorry.
Lucky
What do
other
I
people's
add?
rolls, is that a
What
thing?
do I add?
You can.
Spellcasting modifier. That's proficiency.
Let me
plus
check.
Wisdom.
No, that's just wisdom.
Oh no. That's
Yo, Leo,
Yeah.
can I lucky things that are like
Uh,
not my roll?
You can
I'm
lucky
checking
any
right-
roll.
I believe you
Pretty
can.
sure.
Oh,
This D20 is.
before
We
I
definitely have
do
previously, so
that.
we've either
Yes,
fucked it up.
yeah. So yes, you may lucky it. So you can spend a luck point on that.
I'm looking at my dice tray, and there's no other
Alright,
D20s
pick-
in here
pick
because
it-
they've all
make
wronged me.
Make another roll. Make another
Okay,
roll,
I'm gonna-
Lucy.
Little dice, big numbers, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No. Okay.
No.
So I got an 8 plus 3, which is 11.
Okay.
I'm
So the
gonna-
DC for the athletics was 10.
He said,
Because you managed that, you do not reach the full potential of getting 2 successes. That will just count as 1 success. You need to beat a 14 to get it for it to count as 2 successes.
Okay, we'll take that.
Could Pal have casted guidance on me or something?
Can we
No,
inspiration?
he's dedicated
doing
to
this.
separating the
That's
flames.
fair, that's fair.
This
How
is
does bardic
the,
inspiration working? I know we
Yeah,
are
I
using a different
can
system.
bardic
than
yeah,
I do.
I was told the roll after. I was told the effects after the roll.
you can. So Sam can react and add a bardic inspiration to any failed check.
I didn't know if it was a failure or not. Wait, how does it work? Do I get to know the effects of the roll
Does it
and then
count
use bardic
as-
inspiration?
So the way that it works in the 1D&D beta is that if you see a failed check or attack, you can use your reaction to add a bardic inspiration to it. That's what you asked to do, basically.
Okay.
When you told me you wanted to use the
if
beta.
there's like an intermediary like success instead of like a true success, and I know it's an intermediary success, do I still get to bardic inspiration that, or is it like?
I would
only a
say no.
failure?
I would say no, only a failure, because there are degrees of success and degrees of failure. The wording on it is when a failure happens, you can use bardic inspiration as a reaction.
That makes sense.
Makes sense.
So this is an athletics check for everyone else.
Yes.
But
Yeah.
so when you rage, you get advantage on strength checks, and it's technically an athletics check. And I know what I did was an athletics check, but if I raged, would I be able to do that at advantage?
Unfortunately, no.
rage, you can't
You rage. If you rage, you cannot do spell checks. You cannot do any. You cannot cast spells while raging. Yeah. Also, using Mold Earth was a unique challenge, and it wasn't considered an athletics or strength. It was considered. It was technically a wisdom check, which rage hinders.
I was just hoping.
No,
I
I like it.
I just rolled really
Yeah.
badly, but it's cool. I gotta get more d20s out.
You have enough. You have enough, Lucy.
They've done nothing but disappoint me, and I legit don't know where one of them is.
Penny is going to just kind of panic and look around at people. And is it anyone do it? I can't. I'm not really good at.
You can either have you can yourself can make a roll, and also your boys can also make their own individual rolls if you want to help.
I can roll 3 times then.
To be
right?
clear, everybody can roll. We just need a total of 3 successes, correct?
Yes, you have
Well,
one. You
not
have
me,
one.
Not me.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
we
have
all
you
can
have
roll.
one success.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's not
you all
3
can
rolls,
roll.
3 successes. We don't need a 3 for 3. We need a
Okay.
3 or
Oh,
5.
okay.
Yeah, you need.
I love
You
that
have
pattern.
5 people.
It's a
You have one
DC
success.
10. Come on,
no reason
guys.
not to roll
It's
then.
it's a
do
decent.
I still
It's
have
a-
Warding Bond has... How long does Warding Bond last? Or not Warding Bond.
It lasts,
Whatever it
I
is.
believe it is, if you're talking about emboldening, 10 minutes, I
Yes.
believe.
10
Would
minutes.
you say
So yeah,
more
it's
than 10
still
minutes
active.
has passed? Oh, okay.
Wait, actually, no.
spent some
More than
time
10.
searching
More 10 minutes
around.
has passed. Yeah, more than 10 minutes has passed, so it's gone
So
now.
that's actually an 8.
8.
And then
Oh,
for
man.
John and Jacob,
Yeah, Penny, you're sort of like running in with like handfuls of sand, just kind of limply throwing them onto the
Jacob!
fire.
barreling through with the
Let's
17,
fucking go.
Oh my god.
His
and
hollow mouth is
Sean
full of sand.
with the 14.
That's 3
Ah.
successes.
I got an. Oh, I was gonna say I got an 11.
More successes
We
is
are
better, I
all
think.
pulling
I don't
our
know.
weight.
I don't know
Yeah.
what we're working on, but
It good? Let everyone else get. All right,
3.
Sam. 3. So Sam and Penny are like running in with like holding like hands basically of sand and just sort of throwing it in.
Oh, I thought you had each other's.
No, they're not. They're not skipping. No. You guys are free to ship your characters however you like. I'm not gonna do that. Gris, you actually managed to like get a cloak out from your bag and just sort of like make sort of like a makeshift sack of sand that you bring in, just sort of sling over.
I call it my sand sack.
And John and Jacob will grab like spare pieces of wood that have fallen off the ship and just sort of like shovel sand in, and they'll get it done.
The boys get it done.
Yes, because you exceeded 3 successes, no check is required for Pal. He's able to separate the floor basically from the flames as it goes. And we'll now consider this circle, what is in the zone, to be just like ashy, basically. Ash, like burnt cinders and wood. Some of the areas around it are scorched a little bit, and there's just sort of like an indention in it.
Okay.
Respectfully,
Oh, no.
my bad.
You
Everyone
did
get over
that?
here. Everyone get over here.
Penny's gonna begrudgingly walk over. And she's gonna mentally say this to John and Jacob. Hold on.
Damn, you
Don't move
stepped on
John.
me.
Don't move John. She's gonna
All
mentally
right.
say to John and Jacob to stay outside and just keep watch.
Alright, they're gonna do that.
I need everyone to be aware that we can die doing just about anything here. Stop touching shit.
You got
Language.
it. That's my bad. I learned my lesson. I'm not touching shit.
What,
If you
what did
say
you even
so.
touch?
The crossbow lever.
Why?
I thought I didn't know what was gonna happen. It looked like
What if that hit me?
I have cure wounds. That's a lie. I have I
He's
can
gonna
heal-
look at the hole that went through Pal.
Yeah. You see like something like
Look at
short
that.
circuit into it.
Yeah, I was like, is that hole penny sized?
No, it is not. It is roughly the size of a normal person's arm. It's a bit small for Penny to squeeze into with all of her stuff.
Just okay. Penny's gonna look. Penny just is looking, giving you a stink eye, Sam.
Respectfully, I acknowledge that stink eye. He's just gonna be like, I made a mistake, and I learned from it, and I hope we can all be better people from this.
That's really big of you, Sam.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Penny's gonna turn and look at the scorched boat.
It takes a lot to own up to your mistakes. I respect that.
You know what? Sam's a lawful good character. Now that I think about it, he has principles. You know.
Can I do an
He's
insight
always
check to
on
see
to his
how
mistakes.
genuine?
That's what makes him a bigger person.
Can I do an insight check to see how genuine that apology was?
Sure, make an insight check, and depending on
I
how
wanna know
you can
too,
make
for that matter.
you can
I got
make a
15.
so Sam, make either a deception or persuasion check. If it's genuine, make a persuasion check. If it's not
Persuasion,
genuine,
yeah.
make a deception check. You don't have to tell me which.
It's
just
genuine.
just-
Okay.
all right. Just tell me what the roll is.
Which is, well, I'm actually playing out of my field here because I have proficiency in deception, but I don't in persuasion.
He's a
I can
lawful
lie with
good
the best of
character,
them, like, God
guys.
forbid I talk to somebody.
21.
I got a
21.
15, so I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah.
He's not only is he genuine, like you're getting sort of like very like you're feeling that sort of genuine emotion behind his sorriness.
Whoa. I'm like slammed against the wall. Whoa, that was so genuine.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Breaks down
heck.
the boat.
While everyone's here, before we go any further,
Sam pulls out the ukulele.
if you like, I could. Shut up.
Apology video time. Let's go.
If you like, I could maybe try and get some information from the body. It will take a
Oh.
bit. So while everyone
You
else
do
is
that, Penny. Noda,
Yeah?
can you start trying to get together whatever the wood we need is? Whatever wood we need. Are you still able to do? I'm just gonna kind of gesture above my head.
It'd be so silly if I couldn't. If I just wasted it on impulse.
Can you? Can you? Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Hmm.
I use my wild shape.
All right. Noda,
we
you
should
have
Alright.
a
we
job.
can get it back.
Make sure that they don't touch anything. I'm gonna point at Gris and
Wait, am I getting wood or am I getting?
Sam. No,
punching
I don't.
them?
I'm not sure you're the best suited for that job at the moment.
But I just used my wild shape
Yeah. What are you wild shaping into, by the way?
to a bear to get wood.
Oh, you do have one. I thought you actually
Yeah.
didn't. I thought you were saying.
Yeah,
Yeah, no,
no.
I said that, but then I used the thing, so I'm like,
Okay. Okay. Never
I'm
Alright,
mind.
like, so wait,
uh,
am I?
Then
I
ignore
can do.
that. Yeah. No.
Okay,
Yeah.
If
I'm
you have
gonna.
wild shape, then yeah. Okay.
If
Yeah.
I'm
Noda, try
I'm
and
gonna
start
do a bird.
gathering up some
Okay,
wood
I'm
out
gonna-
there.
All right.
Here, oh,
The
So-
job we were sent on.
All right. So, are you proficient in any sort of woodworking tools, Noda?
I can't.
You are
see
not.
a bear form. I don't think
Oh, right,
so.
right. Let me check your.
I can see my regular one. I just have
Yeah.
like simple and martial weapon proficiency. so I
Yeah,
don't have
no,
any tool
okay. So
proficiencies.
luckily, you do have like the level of strength that you don't need to make any sort of
I
rule
was
for
gonna be
this
like,
strength
I'm
wise.
just straight up ripping wood off the wall.
So
That's
yes,
what I thought I was doing.
so he needs. So he asked for like 5 or 6 like solid planks that were roughly like 20 feet long.
Okay.
Or like some equivalent of that by like several other planks. Basically, he needs that much wood. This is still going to be a woodworking check, basically, but you have no tools and you have no proficiency in it, so it's going to be a D20 roll at disadvantage.
Is it like a strength check or?
It is a straight D20 roll. If you had
Strength D20?
if you had proficiency, you would add your proficiency bonus to it. But unfortunately,
But
There's
I
enough of a
literally,
boat that I'm not too concerned about Noda ruining the supply of wood. There's a pretty.
I got a 12.
12. All right. Yeah, you're able to do that. It's not like the quickest or cleanest way, but you're tearing
if you
like
guys go
going out.
outside, you see like my legs on the wall as I'm trying to pry a big, like I'm fully parallel to the ground as I'm tugging on a large piece of wood as I'm trying to pry it off. I'm using my feet as leverage.
All right. In fact, let me.
Can we
Let me
hear that from
fucking-
up in here?
Yeah. The wall. She's tearing the wall down, basically. But yeah, that's what she's doing. Jacob and John will go like cheer on, going yeah, yeah.
I'm gonna point to the room next to me
All right.
and point at Chris and Sam. Do not go in here. I'm gonna
Understood.
go finish checking the other room. Do not open this door. Stay out of trouble.
You got it.
And a
Tell
boss.
Penny if she needs it, and then I'm gonna.
You need help, Penny?
Just give me a sec here. I gotta get this going. Takes a
Alright.
second to focus.
Sorry. I'll stop talking now.
Go back to checking this room to see if there's anything
All right.
worth, basically.
Go ahead and make a make an investigation check then. Actually, if you're trying to like scope out the room.
14.
14. Okay. So what you're able to find, let me check real quick to see how much you have. You're able to find a small coin purse with about let's see here. It had about 33 gold in it. If you want, you can add that to your inventory.
I have done so.
There's a couple of like stray bits of Almiron here or there. Just like a few scraps, nothing like no like big chunks or like weapons like you saw in like that one ruins.
Right.
But yeah, there's just that, some like general camping supplies, not much.
Okay, that's fine.
Just like
and
you're
then
standing in the
this-
center. I guess I should mention you're standing in the center of a magic circle that has now been deactivated.
Okay. Do I know anything about what that would be? If not, I'll
Make an Arcana check.
All right. Here we go. 11.
11. It seems to be emitting. It's like you're like this is an emitter of some kind. It emits something. I don't know what or how, but it's doing. It lets out something.
If you
Alright.
get too close to it, you end up under the effect of the spell.
Alright,
Which one?
well.
Smile.
Be under effect of the
Whatever
smell.
conclusion you can draw from that information is up to your character's general wisdom, I guess. Intuition.
Yeah, I think I probably know what it is, but it's fine. I'll get Penny in here in a sec to
Yeah.
finalize it. And then this large barrel. Do I know what that is? I mean, Gris said what it is. I just don't actually
Yeah.
remember what.
Make a medicine or survival check.
All right. And well, +8. All right. 24.
All right. So just by like generally like looking at like the stickiness, you sort of like sort of rub what little's on the like what's soaked into the floor a little bit. You're trying to get like a general feel for it. This is fermented cactus wine. However, it has actually been altered in some fashion. It's been not so much spiked as it's been made much stronger.
All right. Well, that might be worth something. Gonna note that, but all right. I'll walk around the ashen fucking pile in the middle of the
Yes.
room. Here, I don't know. There's. I'm just talking. Penny.
No, not now.
Okay.
I'm focusing.
That's fine. All right. And I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna gesture for Gris to step to the other side of the door, so that it's not standing in front of it.
Or whatever you say.
What are you gesturing for? Opens door and you explode.
I open the
Wall
door.
of flame.
And I'm just gonna peek.
Yep. There's some crates in here.
Can I follow you in there?
Few
You know
steps
what? In
behind.
case you need backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just stay a few
In case
steps
those
back.
crates jump him, you're there.
Alright. And I'm gonna see what I can find in this room.
All right. Go ahead and make an investigation check. Noah tears down some more of the wall.
14.
14. All of these crates are empty.
Alright. That's fine. Let's check through though. Alright. Nothing of note there. And then I haven't checked this room for anything yet. Wondering if that pot was something valuable, if it was flammable and explosive, but
It
we'll
was.
check.
There's a pot explode in your hands.
We'll check the rest of this room basically and start going over while we wait for.
Okay.
No,
The rest of this room has actually been already examined by Gris and Sam.
Cool.
So
Yeah, I was in the other room when that happened.
yes, indeed.
Alright.
Penny, what are you doing while Pal's sort of like doing his sort of rotation around the boat, and Noda is tearing the boat apart?
I am casting Mori Memorandum and
Okay.
imbuing this guy with a little bit of energy to see if I can get some answers out of him.
He's currently like he was blown onto his side, and he's sort of there. And then when you cast the spell, his arm just sort of flails back, and he onto the floor, and is just like now like starfished, face up on the ground. And you see like he begins to like breathe like ghastly and heavily. Just go ahead and ask your questions.
What were you doing out here?
Patrols, delivery, scouting.
Okay, hold on. I probably should write these down. Patrols. Delivery. Scouting. Scouting for what?
Threats. Boons. Loot.
Okay, I forgot what. Penny's gonna hold up the black amulet. And
Oh,
say,
which the one with the crown on it?
Yes,
Okay.
that I got from his body, and be like, what's this for?
My lord, gift from father.
Is that?
Make a religion check for me, please, Penny.
Oh, it's the one thing I didn't study. I skipped that class in school. Wait, did I? I didn't. Let's go.
You skipped nature class, I believe.
I did skip nature. Yes. That is a 14 plus 7.
14 plus 7.
21.
The symbol of the crown with that sort of has like these symbols to symbolize a crown with glowing tips is the symbology of the deity Vryn. Commonly known as the Bright Lord, is considered also a sort of god of nobility, of dwarves sometimes on occasion, and has the actually sort of his realms of rule and influence tend to be on like authority and lordship.
So that's my third or fourth. Because I asked.
That is your
what are you
third.
doing out here? Scouting for what? And then I
And
asked,
what's that? Yeah, what's
the
that
amulet
necklace?
for?
Yeah. Yeah, 2 more questions.
Yeah, I'm thinking. Explode my balls all over your. I got this.
That's not a question. That's not a question.
Penny's gonna lean in and be like, "Are you alone, or who do you work for?" That's my final question is going to be, "Who do you work for?" Like,
so first one was, are you alone? And then second one was, who do you work for?
no. So the fourth question is going to be, who do you work for?
Okay, you have 5 questions though, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I am.
Okay,
Nixing the "Are you alone?" because who do you work for will answer that also.
okay. So, the it's not select up. He's going. You're gonna like see like it's an emotionless sort of like unmoving chuckle escapes his mouth. And he's just gonna hear him say, "My clan of despots."
Despots. And then for final question.
What?
I could ask her. I have 2 ideas. All right, Chris, I need you to help me with this.
Yeah? What's up?
Do I ask why he attacked us, or do I ask where he keeps his valuables?
Where he keeps his valuables.
Yeah, I think he just attacked us because, like, we were a perceived threat and he's on patrol.
That's fair.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I wish I got more from that, but it's all right. Where do you keep anything valuable?
Okay. I'm gonna roll something real quick. It's going to be a wisdom check. 17. He's going to it's just gonna sort of go away from you and just slump the corpse will slump down. Yeah, just because you can speak with the dead doesn't mean they will.
It
Like
specifically says in the spell, the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you are hostile to it or if it recognizes you as an enemy.
Yeah.
Well, he said away from you, so maybe in this building, but in the furthest corners of the building.
Could be possible.
Big brain.
Kind of want to go
Well,
look.
It could also mean it's probably like well hidden. Like we
It
should
did find a couple. Oh, Penny's gonna now like perk up after like focusing for a bit. Pal wanted me for something, right?
Probably.
Where is he?
I kind of stopped paying attention, and then he went somewhere. He's definitely somewhere.
He's gonna peek in that room, not see it. Gonna trudge across the ash.
Did Pal effectively like search through these crates in here?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Pal. Did you need me for something?
I'm gonna. Yeah, I couldn't make heads or tails of that. I'm gonna gesture at the.
You're
magic
standing in the
circle.
middle of a magical circle.
Oh,
Might be why they were
to the
scared.
left.
I wouldn't know. That's
I
just
mean,
my best guess.
that would make
since there was
sense.
magic.
Yes. Go ahead and make an Arcana check for me, Penny.
I will. That's a natural 20 plus 7 for 27.
So yeah, this is
You drew this one.
this is an automated this glyph would automatically target any it basically creates like a whitelist of it's complicated. It's a really complicated spell that like actually seems a bit out of the creation of seems a bit out of the purview of the person that you were fighting. They were probably the one maintaining it, but the actual initial creation of it probably out of their purview. It would create like a whitelist of people that are acceptable to come within the vicinity of it, and those who are not on that list would be targeted with a fear spell.
Penny is going to take a little bit to just sketch the circle, try to get as many of the details as she can into her.
All right.
Not her spell. Like she's not trying to copy the spell, but she's just trying to remember how it's written in case she does
With
want
a
to try and study it later.
With a natural 20, yeah, easily. Perfectly done.
Okay, well, it's pretty clear. You can see. Sorry, Pilot just made a loud noise getting up, and I thought he just cracked his back, but it was just him knocking something over. It's pretty clear if you look at these runes here that I think this was what was causing the fear spell.
It adds up.
It seems to have lost its power now that the caster is dead, but I didn't think that he would have been the caster. This is really complicated. Penny's gonna pull out the ring and the amulet.
Mm-hmm.
Do either of those react to the circle at all?
No.
Really strange.
You look at like there's some like very like recognizable runes that you can see like the function behind them, but there's some that just like seem to be like completely unique that you've never seen before, but based on their placement and what comes before and after it, you're like, these are like probably like designations or names or something. Basically, they created an ID profile almost of people that are acceptable to come within the vicinity of this glyph.
Penny is going to make a special detail to get that part of the circle.
Yeah, it is.
clearly.
It is. You have a bunch of characters. You have a bunch of characters that, when translated out of their runic inscription, means nothing to you. It means probably based on the languages you know.
Unless I take 10 minutes to cast comprehend languages.
Indeed. Oh, do you do so?
Yes.
Okay.
If the rest of the party gives me time to, I will do that.
All right.
Fine. I've got my own plans.
While you do that, you have just sort of like, while you're doing this, it's sort of it comes out, and it is you're able to like sort of like you use magic to confirm that you're translating this like into something you understand and into common, basically. And when you get it out, it's still like it's like a random series of letters and whatnot. It is, with your natural 20 on Arcana and your general passive intelligence, you're like, this is an extremely, extremely complicated, like, defense system that would basically, these people have basically encrypted identities etched into this magic circle. Does comprehend languages allow you to identify the language that it's in, or do you just understand?
I think I can just press the button. You understand the meaning of the literal meaning of any spoken language you hear. You also understand any written language that you see, but must be touching the surface in which the words are written. Spell doesn't decode secret messages in a text or glyph, such as an arcane sigil, and it isn't that isn't part of a written language. So if it's a part, basically, I can't touch like the edge of the circle or parts of it that make it a arcane circle. But if there are words within it, I can touch those and read those. But I don't know the language.
It is. So in that case, comprehending languages wouldn't do anything to decode it then, because it is. These identities.
If it's using written language,
it's not using a written language. It's using the runes of an arcane circle, basically, to.
Okay, well,
the way
it's
fine.
We'll just take the time to copy it down and then make a note of trying to figure it out later.
What is Pal doing while Penny's doing her nerd shit?
It's
I
not
want
nerd
to
shit.
see
It's cool.
If I
We
can
both.
get any, I'm basically seeing how mobile this giant barrel is. Like, how full is it? Is it something we'd be able to drag somewhere? Is it something that we have to call somebody over to appraise?
Sure. Make a general strength check for me, because you're trying to see like you're basically checking to see like how much effort does it take to move this, basically to gauge how would we go about transporting this.
Yeah. 30-20.
Okay, so with that, you put all of your strength into it, and you begin to like actually like bend. You see like the creaking of the floorboards beneath you as you try to move this. This thing is like nearly full. Like it actually feels a little cool to the touch when you're touching it. Like it was just recently refilled almost, and it is it's not budging at all with even your greatest strength.
Okay.
So
I'm gonna turn to Penny. After the
What's up?
I'll just wait patiently for it, basically. I don't know how that bag works, but this is worth something, and it's been made more potent, so it's probably worth more than it normally is.
Penny's
there-
gonna look at the size of it, open the bag to its. Hold on, I actually have a number for this. Inventory. 2 feet in diameter at the mouth. So
I'm not asking to put the whole barrel in. I'm like, can we bring any amount of the contents?
well, I mean, it's kind of hard because the way it would need to be in a container.
you would be able to transport it if you had wine skins that you could drain it
I
into.
believe everyone has at least one.
I do actually.
you
I
have,
just checked my inventory earlier, and I have a water skin, but I would be.
Yeah.
I don't need that. That's fine.
Sure, who
Yeah,
needs
I'll
water
have
in a
water
desert?
skin.
There's only 3 people in your party that need water in a desert. It's fine.
And we're
Um,
heading back to town in a sec. I'm getting out the
Yeah.
water skin.
We can get maybe some of this, but if we don't have anything to transport it in, yeah, there's no way in.
All right.
No way.
And I'll take out my water skin.
Let me
Do you
check
need
something
yours
real
topped
quick.
off first?
I'm actually gonna check
Okay.
something.
Yeah.
Because I believe there is a difference between water skins and wine skins.
Oh. It says it can contain up to 4 pints of liquid.
Who said wine was
Is
liquid?
it like one of those situations where, like, if you put like beer in like a Camelback, like you can't put water in it because it's just gonna kind of taste like beer forever? Ugh. I can see that happening. Grapes be like that.
Works for me. This will be Pal's miscellaneous liquid container. Just
Miscellaneous, mysterious fluid container. I don't like the sound of that.
Let's see.
It seems to be interchangeable. It just
I'm
kind
gonna
of
say
like, it's just
I'm gonna
depending
say
on
yeah.
culture.
It's I think I'm gonna say that the make of your water skins are for general purpose liquids. So yeah, you can store.
so I'll take out my water skin. Penny first. Do you need yours topped off before I just dump this?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. And I will dump out the water and I will fill it as much as I can with.
The good shit.
Keep forgetting what it's called. Cactus wine. Cactus wine.
All right, I'm gonna modify that. Price is currently unknown. You would need to get that appraised by somebody who
Yes.
deals with alcohol and spirits, so value is going to be 0.
And I will
But it
Mysterious cactus
lean out the
juice.
door. Call for Sam. Sam,
Sup?
get over here.
Okay.
Penny, can you see if there's any containers lying around? Just there might not be, but
I can look around.
I've lost control over my token.
you have it selected.
I have a water skin in my pockets. Would that help?
Don't
Oh,
you need
wait.
your water, Chris?
There it goes.
I mean,
Yeah.
I
so
can give
here,
it to you.
here's the thing: if you are in the desert and you don't make it to a
Yeah.
town, Gris, and you don't have water, there will be consequences. I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know.
Pal used
What kind of
his water skin
consequences?
because he doesn't need
Yeah,
water.
Yeah.
Penny is going to walk around, just kind of half looking for containers and half kind of looking at the ring and the amulet.
You
Kind of start in the process of trying to figure out what they could do.
And I'll direct
You
Sam
fu-
to fill his water skin.
you
up.
you find a bunch of like dirty mugs and cups, basically, but no like skins or containers for
No,
liquid.
but nothing but a cap.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think it might be best if we take a little rest here before we make the journey back.
Hey, might
Nona,
as
did you
well.
get the wood?
I've been like tugging against this wood for.
Yeah.
Rip this
Noda
wood
actually
off
has
the
gone like a
You
little.
know what I'm saying?
Yep,
Uh,
and you.
Noda's actually gone a little bit more wood than you probably need, but
She's like nobody told her stop, so she just kept going.
That's okay. I kind of want their place as fucked up as possible.
That's kind of fucked up, pal.
Hey, I didn't say that.
Oh, sorry, right.
oh, that is
That's
a lot of
okay.
wood.
Penny seriously.
work
pissed
I don't even know how much wood Noda's gotten yet. I'm just.
Then
uh,
if we have the time, like if we're taking the short rest, I would like to identify the ring.
okay.
I don't have the spell, so it's just going to be our Arcana check.
Yeah, go ahead and make an Arcana check for me then.
It's a 16 plus 7 number that is large.
You have in your inventory a Dwargar Ring of Invisibility.
Let's go!
If the person attuned to it is a Dwargar, they can use this ring. Otherwise, it does nothing.
Something.
Wait, is a what?
It's a Dwargar, which is like
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
sub race of dwarfs.
Underdark.
Yeah, Underdark Dwarf.
And then the amulet. I would like to try and take a look. We're gonna
The amulet?
I'm fairly certain it's mundane, but
Yeah, it is mundane.
awesome. Okay. Then Penny's just gonna kind of thread the ring onto her necklace next to the ring of water walking.
Gonna use both of these rings someday.
Well, it's just it's
Gotta use
easier
both
to
of these
hold them
rings.
like this. And I feel like when I put rings in my pockets, they always get lost. And this one doesn't seem to refit me.
Said
like the
said
other
Penny
one
to the
does.
narrator.
Listen, God, I don't need you to judge me my storage methods. Pulls just a raw fucking chicken leg out of the bag of holding and just bites it and puts it back. My cleaning, my storage methods are clean and organized. But yeah, Penny would just spend pretty much the rest of the time that we're here until we
All right.
start gathering for anything
So
else.
the rest of the party's taking a short rest then for like an hour ish.
Yes.
Yeah, can we set the skeletons up as watch? Because this is cold, and I'm gonna point towards the barrel of cactus wine. Like, this is an actively used location.
Oh, right. It might be better if we. Well, I kind of feel bad, but we can take the body with us.
That's
Why do I have a
fine by
lightly
me.
used sock in my inventory?
Gross.
I think I gave that to you.
If you just give me a little bit to rest, I can for sure get it done. And get it walking on its own, but I don't think it'll probably be as disturbing as it was last time if people don't want to watch. I think I tweaked some things. I think I got a little better, but I don't know until I do it.
I'd be interested.
I'm not terribly miffed about anything that happens to him after he's dead. It's fine.
I'm gonna be like, okay.
All right, you guys are taking a short rest, which means Noda will get back her wild shapes. Is anyone using any hit die?
Yeah.
No.
I am not, but I am using Arcane Recovery to get a level 3 spell slot back.
Can you get rid of my wild shape so you can see how much health I lost?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll use one.
All right, go ahead and spend a hit die.
I would like to roll it myself though.
All right.
I'm gonna use.
Spend remaining hit dice and recovered. Cool. You got the little feature here. Oh, I didn't hit finish. Okay, well,
Aw, man. Okay.
it looks like it still worked, even though I canceled the
Yeah.
menu instead of hitting finish.
So I have to hit roll or auto roll. How do I use my short rest without using the?
I do not know.
There you go. It says not a real player takes a short rest, so you got your
I guess
wild
I can-
shapes back.
I can manually change which.
Yeah.
one I use.
What did you I can
rolled a 2 on
manually.
the D8. I can
Alright.
manually change it too.
All right.
Oh, I did
Uh,
very wrong, but
And then I
Uh,
guess.
so
I
then
didn't do it,
5?
I'll also roll a D12. Come on.
there we go.
5, okay. So I used. I'm back at max. Okay.
All right. Cool. Yeah. Penny. Something you like to do before your party leaves after taking a short rest?
Yeah, Penny's gonna turn to everyone and say, like I said earlier to everyone who was around, I can bring the body with us, but it's gonna be as if you didn't feel comfortable watching John get made, you probably won't feel comfortable here. So if you want to step outside, that's okay. She's just gonna look around the room and see that no one leaves. Like, okay.
I'll try to desensitize myself. Whole process.
I feel
You
like
don't
this is
have
something
to.
that I'm just gonna have to get used to.
Yeah, I mean-
I get it. I think, like I said, I made some changes. I think I got it a bit better.
I'll give you some.
Well, I'll be the judge of that. Let me
yeah,
know.
well, we're here to offer you feedback.
Okay. The
I'm
spoiler note, it's
bracing
not gonna
myself.
be better.
Yeah.
In fact, it may even be a little bit worse, but
Yeah. We'll see.
yeah. Penny's going to then set up all of her stuff, open the big book, and then she's going to kind of take out her bell and then just kind of sit there and focus for a bit.
All right.
And then she is going to cast Animate Dead on the body in front of her.
Okay. Are you making it a skeleton or zombie?
I'm making a skeleton because zombies suck.
Okay. You're going to see. First of all, the body's gonna sort of just like be sort of lifted up by its arms like a puppet on strings for a moment. But then the arm that was being repeatedly pinched by Jacob, just sort of like it's made clear that like it's not like in the right position anymore. And plus, after it faced an explosion on the other side, its body's actually twisted in a lot of strange ways. And then you're going to see it all just sort of be pulled, like the strings that this puppet's on, be pulled taut in so many different directions that it's gonna go. The body's gonna go to like a straight like T pose, but it's gonna be sort of forced, and so you're gonna hear like flesh rip, bones will snap and crack, and just sort of like into like the perfect form until like you have a perfect T pose form. And then you're going to see, like, this body just sort of like not making any noise at first, but then it makes sort of like a heaving noise, like it's about to throw up. Just and then you see sort of like a necrotic blue light sort of force its way from its chest up the throat. And then you're just gonna hear like the most like pained scream possible, and like a beacon will like emit from every face orifice on this person as the flesh begins to melt. It first like dries out like almost like a raisin-y looking person before it begins to shrivel and just peel off. Some bits,
Indiana Jones.
some organs will just like fall down beneath them with like a wet plop. Others will sort of like stick to the bones before they just sort of like slowly begin to just eke ever so slightly off until it is a rather clean looking skeleton. A bit shorter on the stumpier side because it is a dwarf.
Well, to be fair,
but,
so is John, because John was made of a
Quilpip. Yeah, he was made from Quilpip, so
yeah, the only tall one here is Jacob, and Jacob is quite tall. He's also a little lopsided.
yes.
I'm never gonna get used to
But
that.
Leo, I do have a picture for this one.
All right.
I've DM'd it to you now.
I rolled
right,
a
let me see.
Constitution save at disadvantage, but I still got a 17, so I'm good.
It's actually going to be a Wisdom saving throw.
Damn it!
So
well,
can you-
that's even better. So then I rolled a dirty 20 at disadvantage, so
All right.
I'm good. My mind is set. I'm like, this is how life is. This is just the nature of things.
This is
the
life
circle
now.
of life. I understand.
Right. Let's see. And what is the name of this guy, Cam?
This is Jingleheimer.
Jingleheimer. Gris says that.
It's a good name.
I mean, it's
Should we call him
I guess.
Jingleheimer or Gulheim?
You have to address him by
for
his full
short?
title.
Mr. Jingleheimer.
Mr. Heimer?
Well, the kind of artificial soul
Mr.
I was
Murph?
working on for this one kind of was a little
So,
snooty, snobby.
John Jacob
Newbie.
Jingleheimer. See, you went from one syllable to 2 syllables to 4 syllables.
Can I call him Heimer Jingle?
Does that mean your next one's gonna have 8 syllables?
We are so chill about what just happened right now.
We were
Sam, it's just a
specifically
circle
that
of
would
life.
happen.
I told you if you didn't want to watch, if it made you uncomfortable, you should step outside, Sam.
Oh, I guess I'm technically outside. I was in here.
I'm reading the room right now. We're chill about this. So you know what? We're chill
I
about
made a
this.
wisdom save at disadvantage, and I'm still fine. So
That's oddly meta of you to say.
It didn't
Yeah.
really work as I wanted it.
All
to.
right.
I've been learning to expand my horizons.
There's so-
Jingleheimer.
I've really
So
grown
this
as a
guy's
person.
body
Oh my
is now
God.
just a corpse on the ground.
what a guy!
Whoa, where'd he get that hat? And he's smoking?
You're not asking about the cigarette?
What's that stick in his mouth?
The smoke is just going out through his bones.
It's like a little
Coming
minty.
out through his
Is he
eyes.
smoking menthols?
But yeah, this skeleton's pretty cool.
It's kind of cool with it.
You know,
Um,
why can't I be like Jingleheimer?
And then did all of the stuff that wasn't the ring and the pendant get added to my bag of holding?
Not unless you want it. If you specifically want to add them. then,
Penny said that she scooped them all into her bag of holding.
Okay.
We don't have to do that now. We can just make a note of it and then do it later. Because I'm not going to be touching them for a bit. So
Well, let me pull up the inventory of this person and the inventory of this person. Which one was it? Is this one? And let me just go to the inventory. Alright, so you got some javelins in there.
Then Penny's gonna turn around and be like, "Okay, well, this is Jingleheimer. I think he should be." And when he's gonna wave her hand in front of his face. Okay, maybe this one's a little slow, but he'll pick up eventually.
After a while, it'll hold on for a second and then go.
Oh, I think I messed something up.
Why do you say that?
I think the change that I made may have. I don't know. He shouldn't sound like that.
Oh no.
What's wrong with him?
He gives you he like makes a fist motion, but like has his pinky and thumb out and just like shakes it a little bit. Goes.
Oh, he's Filipino. No.
Oh no.
No.
But Penny's like, well, okay. I think I'm starting to get near the limit of what I can actually safely keep control over. But these guys, this will be really helpful. We basically have a whole other 3 guys with us, and John and Jacob are both going to walk inside and just kind of surround Penny. And it's kind of fucked up now that you look at it.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Well, it's an army.
Well, I mean, an army
We're
implies
so chill about this.
No.
This is really ominous, guys.
all of them are going to look at.
Yeah.
All of them are going to
Necromancer.
like slowly turn and start looking at Sam.
So,
Yeah.
yeah.
No.
Are they? Oh, they're all looking at you.
Are they all like significantly taller than you?
Probably.
Not by a lot,
John-
because I need
John
to
is
change their
Jingleheimer.
size.
Because I'm in
Actually.
the process of making a meme, but I don't entirely like the implications of it.
John
I
and
just want that to
Jingleheimer
be.
are about 3 to 4
Yeah, I know
feet
what you're
tall.
making, Lucy. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure I appreciate it.
Jacob is almost 7 feet tall.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I got a lot of
Um,
bones, and I wanted to use all of them. To be fair, Jacob is also hunched over most of the time.
Yeah, so let me actually update the size of these creatures, actually, because they're actually a bit small. Those 2 are smaller.
Yep. Yeah?
Hold on.
Yeah.
So basically, Penny would come up to almost halfway of John and Jingleheimer, and they would come up to about like a little past halfway of Jacob. So I've got,
Okay.
like a Mighty Ducks flying V that I can do. Penny's gonna be like, okay, well, and I meant to look this up. Did you happen to write down the weight of all the characters that have died to make my skeletons, Leo?
No, but I think I can look this.
Because a skeleton is bones are about 15% of a person's body weight.
Okay.
So we're going to do some quick calculations in order for bag of holding shenanigans.
Okay, we're just going to say that, John and Jingleheimer are 20 pounds and Jacob is 25.
Easy. But in a non-sexual way.
Oh,
I don't think Jingleheimer can do anything in a non-sexual way.
owned.
That's his
Hmm.
default existence.
Okay, hold on.
Like I said, I think I got some wires crossed when I made him. Yeah, and then Penny's going to kind of turn and open the bag of holding and be like, okay, everyone in.
John's gonna do his clambering and like head first, sort of crawling in. His feet are gonna kick when he goes like full over. And he's going, yeah, and he's gonna go in. Jacob's just gonna sort of like gorilla walk over, sort of like stumble over to Penny, and then he's gonna like lift himself up by his hands and then go feet first before just falling in. You go, nah. And then Jingleheimer's gonna give like his skull is gonna just like rotate around smoothly, giving each of you just a look, and then give you a salute and go, eh, and then jump into the bag.
And Penny's
Maybe he's
gonna
gone.
Penny's gonna close the flap. He's like, okay, well, I'm ready to go. She is standing in front of the melted skin and flesh of.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's just a pile of like viscera here now.
It is smoking slightly.
Yeah, that happens.
It is.
That's the circle of life, baby.
Yeah.
You can see that like some of the organs are popping up to the top, and then like one of them pops up and then ruptures and just kind of spills bile all over the whole pile.
Ew.
The circle of life.
Circle of life. I'm gonna face this way.
We're all chill about it. And Sam's just gonna step directly onto the pile of viscera and walk out.
Please make a
Sam,
Constitution
off the wall.
saving throw, Sam.
Bet.
You probably don't want to step in that. It's kind of full of stomach acid.
14.
14. All right. You take 1 point of acid damage.
Ow.
Do we have the wood?
Yeah. There's a
I'm gonna
pile of
clamber to
wood
the
like here.
top of the pile.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Look what I did.
How are we
That's a lot
gonna?
of wood.
I
We don't
did
have
that.
to take it all. We'll be fine.
Oh,
Yeah, but how are we gonna get?
but I did all that.
Well, yeah, you
Yeah, we'll take what we need. It'll be all
did
good.
a great job. No, it's you really helped.
So
no one
much
else.
more than
No
what
one
I
else
could've
could have done that.
Yeah.
Only you could have, and you did a great job of it.
I mean, Palco, but
It's the most wood ever. The most wood that I've ever seen. I'll tell you that.
There's a- there- there,
Peak, like,
there's a boat behind you made entirely out of wood, Gris. Just want to point
I
out.
wanna look at it. I don't know
Most
if
wood
they grew
I've
it.
ever seen.
I've never seen so much wood.
Listen, I've never been in a
True.
forest before.
Not
I've
Most
lived
wood
in
I've
the
ever
desert.
seen.
It's the
Came
most
from a
wood
town
ever.
built of wood.
Well, I imagine
Like,
most towns.
made of the wood.
Mo-
where we
I
mo-
imagine most
most-
towns are built of like stone
I
or
made
like
a
sand.
10
Yeah,
intelligence
yeah.
check. I think I'm gonna take her at face value. Like, yeah. Okay. Thanks, Chris. That makes me feel better.
Yeah. Anytime.
Yeah.
Most wood I've ever seen.
Question:
Yep.
How are you all transporting this?
Penny is
assume we
not going to
could
be able to
bind
help
it
at
into
all.
a somewhat makeshift sled using just some
Yeah.
rope and then pull it.
Yeah, you can. That can work with Pal's passive strength as possible, and you can begin the trek back. And that's where we'll take a short break. Be
Yeah,
back in like
sure.
10 minutes ish, like around 8:50, 8:55.
Okie dokie.
Okay.
What that guy
People are
said.
emptying in the back, as far as I can tell.
Yeah, they sure do.
But I'm gonna int my laundry into my butthole.
All right, you do that. Boo womp. Hello.
Hey.
I am back.
I've also learned that, according to the patch notes, your character's genitals are rendered at all times underneath your clothes in Baldur's Gate.
Right.
That's so fucking funny.
Because at certain points, if you're wearing certain clothes, your penis could clip through.
What?
Why?
Yeah. Oh, it's
To get-
the cyberpunk issue. It's the cyberpunk bug. Yo.
Well, because basically the supposed fit reason, I have not looked too deep into it, is that it helps with real-time cloth physics, like simulation of,
Mm-hmm.
your pants. There's going to be something in there, so let's just keep it rendered. But you
Yeah.
can also do that without rendering the penis.
Yeah, you could hide parts of the model, but so here's the thing: is that it's an extra step. It's
Yes.
granted, I think it's like one step, but it's still an extra step that they don't have to do.
And it's funny.
It is. It's the cyberpunk bug where like people would like randomly just like T-pose out of their clothes and their genitals which had physics on it would just be laid bare to the world. Good times.
Mm-hmm. Is everyone ready?
Mm-hmm.
This pilot is currently infecting me with cat hair into my brain. So let's see how long my allergies hold out. It's always around this time of night that my allergy medicine works out. So let's see.
Okay, so you all make your way back to the city. Not much of an issue, actually, in this trip back. You've actually gone back and forth from this place twice now, so it's no checks really needed.
No way.
I'll bring you guys back to the region map.
Don't bite
We're
my
actually-
dick. Stop biting things.
Actually, I don't know why. Well, actually, I don't know. Is there anything else you guys want to do in Delphine other than deliver the wood and wait for, who is it, Typhon to repair his boat?
I want to get this extra spiked cactus wine appraised.
Ah, okay.
Penny
Penny
would probably not do much besides just try and think about where she went wrong with Jingleheimer's
In general?
official thing. Honestly, yeah.
I'm going to be a little bit bothered that Pal has the cactus wine, but wouldn't let me take it.
I wouldn't let you spin a random dial on the ship.
Yeah, well, that's what it looks like to me. You took the wine that you would have let me have.
You stole it from me. It's mine. Give it.
Okay,
Give it to me.
so
It is ours.
when you deliver the wood to Typhon, he's at the Drunk Dolphin. He will pay you the 300 gold for the going above and beyond, getting quite a bit of wood. Who do I give the gold to?
We
Probably
normally
Pal.
have it going to Pal, but if we
All
want to
right,
split
I
it
will-
up immediately,
No,
All
it
right,
was looking
so
really sad.
531. All right, so Pal's gotten 300 gold added to his inventory.
how much gold do you have on you, Pal?
Not important. Pal, where are you going to get this
Was that asked
appraised?
to Pal? I don't know.
This is Penny, kind of, yes, asking to Pal, being like, how much gold do we have, by the way? Noticing that would
Right
want
now,
some
we
for
got
projects.
around 700.
You think maybe Nona could have some? She can actually make some useful stuff with it.
I'm looking at my dusty, untouched
And-
potion making kit.
And also, it's team money, so I feel like it should be split up.
Yeah, it means it gets spent for the. I do not trust anybody to make purchases that will not be complete wastes.
Well,
If we have things we need to buy for the team, and I'll allot
I mean-
it whenever we need that.
it's kind of a big responsibility to take on because we own that money as much as you do,
Mhm.
right?
But not to waste.
Penny's gonna side eye you and walk away.
The skeletons will remember that.
There's an ominous rattling from in the back.
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine. You just
Yeah,
hear
Paige is
that?
gonna find a quiet space to just take notes and study.
Cigarette fumes emerge from the bag
Oh, yeah.
ominously.
Takes
You hear
the
a
most
puff
ominous
just.
whip of my vape. Anyways,
Yeah. Pal, where are you going to get this strong cactus wine praise?
Probably wherever the main.
Is there a brewery or like a
yeah,
winery?
like if there's a.
Here there's no brewery
Alright,
in
then
this.
just the nearest bar, honestly, and I'll just ask him to check it out.
You
I'm not gonna, like, sell
when
it there
you
necessarily, but I wanna
when you
find out where
deliver
they're
the when you deliver the wine, when you deliver the wood, actually, you're in a bar. You're at a bar, the Drunk Dolphin.
at. Yeah, then I'll just ask him what he thinks of it. And
He's gonna.
we also found a huge tankard full of this. Don't know if it's worth anything.
It's a half elf behind the bar. Moderate stubble on his chin. He's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, it's a quiet time, so mind if I'll take a whiff it if you want. See
Yeah. go for
what
it.
you already got." He's gonna uncork your water skin, just take a sip. He's gonna rear back, go, "Oh, that's a bit strong." Yeah. He's gonna like cork it and like hold it away. He's like, "Yeah, that could realistically kill someone in a couple of sips."
All right. Well, I mean, they had a lot of it.
Good
Is there
stuff.
demand somewhere?
Mm.
Even if not here, where I could get.
He's like shaking his head, just like trying to like clear it, like whatever headache he got from taking like a whiff of his. Like, I don't know. I've never served that. I don't think anywhere in the city serves that kind of stuff either.
So
Fair
it's
enough.
rare.
No, that's not what that means. That means it's useless.
Value.
All right. Thanks for the opinion, at least. That's...
Yeah. The Typhon, by the way, want to tell you that he'll have the boat repaired and ready come the next day. So
Great.
you have a day to yourselves here in Delphine.
All right. Well,
Anything else anyone would like to do? You have some downtime to like sort of.
Pal just head back. He's I got nothing.
All right.
Noda's gonna like sort of walk up to Pal and be like, "Can I have some money to potions?"
All right. About how much you need?
Let me pull up the resource
Pal has like
guide.
Pal has like those things that like people have for like making change whenever they have to, like those things that have like secured around the belt. Yeah, the coin dispenser. He has one of those. He just like taps a couple times. Like, how much do you need? Need change for what? That's way too big. Like,
Because I want to do the ones where like you experiment with it. I don't
You
want
want
to
to
just make regular push. I
you
want
want
to
to
do the
experiment with it.
experiments. Yeah.
Hmm.
Those
Okay.
Are those 25 plus 30 or are those 10 plus 30? Like I have to buy the base and then the cost of.
So the potions. Let me see. For experimenting with the potions, is 25. Plus. You can do either 10 plus 30 or 25 plus 30. If you do 25 plus 30, then in addition to some random effect, it also healed 2d4 plus 2. If you just want to do random experimentation, it's far cheaper to just do like a plain liquid base, and just make something funky.
I think I just want to make something funky.
All right, so
that'd
then
be 40 then, right?
it's 40 gold if you just want to make something funky. If you want to also heal, it would be 55 gold.
Do you want me to make, since I'm already going to be making potions, do you also want me to just make some plain healing potions? In addition to my
Yeah, actually, that'd be
really
great.
fun
Cool.
juice?
Yeah.
Because it's 25 gold just for a regular healing potion for me
Yes.
to make.
If you just
Which
want
I
to crank
don't
out
need-
regular healing potions, yes, you can just do that. If you do 50 gold, you can actually do a greater healing potion that heals 44 plus 2. Plus 4, I mean.
I want to make
So-
one silly one, but I can also
You want to make a
make
silly
some
one?
better use of my time too,
Okay.
and also just make some regular healing potions. And I'm just kind of like looking at the ground, kicking at the dirt.
Nah, be funky with it.
I just need to know how much you need.
Okay, well it's 25 gold per healing potion, and then I would like 40 gold, please, for just one silly potion.
Okay. Well, here's what we'll do, and I'm gonna give Noda. Here, we'll do. I'm trying to mess with the trade menu right now. To Lucy, send trade request.
Decline.
At currency. All right. I'm gonna give you this. You spend it however you think is best, but you gotta get a receipt. Any good place will give you one. It's not just say exactly those words. If they won't, then come get me. I'll get one.
Okay. One receipt, please. Yeah. And I'm like happily running off to use
Oh,
the game.
oh God.
In my pockets.
Mom, can I have money, please? To buy food.
Okay, I
Yes,
need
of
the
course.
change. I
Actually
need the
buys
change
me.
back. Give the change. I need the change back afterwards. So I have added a page in your journal on Foundry, Lucy, for
Okay.
recipes. Any recipes that you gain from experimenting, I'll add there, so you can remind yourself what you have.
That's the 5th tab over from the top.
Oh, I didn't see
The one-
the rest
the
of
one that
these
looks
things.
like-
All I see, all I
Well, no.
have under Noda is Tuno is a carryologist. Okay, so is that for me to? Are you gonna update the
Radical.
recipes as I
I can. Yeah, I either or. I will generally update them. You're free to do so yourself if you
'Cause
wish.
I know regular. It's just a minor healing potion or whatever. Is
Yeah,
like the
it-
2d4 one.
Yes.
Healing potion is. So that's 2d4 plus 2,
Yes.
right? And then that's 25 gold.
Yep. You use the money sign at first.
Listen, don't watch me type.
25 bucks. 25 bucks. 25 big ones.
Potion
Snackaroons.
is 44 plus 4 or 2?
Yes. 44 plus 4.
44 plus 4, and that's 50 gold.
Yes. Experiment is 40 gold.
Experiment. Just say is 40 gold. Oh, experiment plus 2d4
Plus 2 is 55 gold.
55 gold.
Yes.
And I'm guessing it would probably be the same with like if I wanted to do an experiment with the greater healing potion, it would just be 50 plus the
No,
experiment.
actually.
No?
The minor healing potion is an optional base for potions.
Gotcha. Okay.
So you can either choose a small heal plus an effect, or you can choose something much cheaper that has no bonus and just any effect.
Gotcha. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I need to figure out how like, am I gonna spend all the money that
Yeah,
that Paul
that's
just gave me, or am I
that's
gonna?
that's the option you have available to you. What do? You could technically make 2 healing experimental potions and then 1 experimental potion that doesn't heal, or you could make 3 greater healing potions, or you could make 6 minor healing potions. Who knows? Or some combination.
What else will I figure this out? I need to do the math for this.
Yeah. All right. Is anyone else doing anything while you have basically a day to yourselves? This is you guys went out there rather early in the morning, so you have like an entire day ahead of you.
This would not be useful to what we're doing, but I can't help but hear just like the waves, and then there's like docks over here.
Yeah.
I kind of want to go swimming.
yeah.
All
We're
right.
having
Sure.
Let's go.
Beach episode.
Beach episode time.
Mammalian diving response. I get it.
All right,
Yeah.
sure. You go to the docks. There's like the business area of the docks, and those ones there's like a bunch of waste and garbage so like floating around. But if you go to like this smaller, like more humble fishing docks where there's just like people's own like small personal boats, like rowboats out there. That water is far more. That area is generally more clearer, more cleaner, and you can easily just like go out for a nice swim.
Is
there's
anyone
a
fishing off of the docks, or just on boats in the water
there-
here? Am I ruining
there-
your fishing experience?
No, there's no one fishing. There's just like there's an elderly dwarvish man just sort of like with a beard. He's reading a book and he's just sort of humming to himself, kicking his feet in the water. Is like sitting at the edge of the dock, just sort of in his own world, just sort of chilling.
Okay, as long as I'm not gonna bother his fish. Yeah, I'm gonna swim. I'm gonna also like challenge myself to go faster.
Okay. Go ahead and make an athletics check. And I'll say this will add to your goal of getting swole. This will count as exercise of some kind.
Oh yeah. Strength check.
Athletics, actually, if
athletics.
you have, yeah, which you have proficiency in.
Oh shit.
So it's plus 4.
18.
18. All right. I'm gonna say that. Let me see how far your get swole goals are. All right. It's gonna increase slightly, and also, you, Gris, are gonna gain inspiration that will not expire until you use it.
Hey.
Because you gave into your mammalian diving instincts.
Mammalian diving response. It's a real thing.
Yeah.
Humans experience it too.
Yeah, sure.
What is it?
So
Sorry,
inspiration.
mammalian
is
dive
if you-
reflex. Or is a mammalian dive... Is a mammalian dive response or mammalian dive reflex?
I'm
Let's
no
see.
The
biologist.
diving reflex, known as the diving response, the mammalian diving reflex, is a set of psychological responses to immersion that overrides basic homeostatic reflexes and is found in all air-breathing vertebrates studied to date.
Did you just look this up?
Yes, but it's something I've known about for a while.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, it's the reason you can throw a baby into the water and it will hold its breath.
Note yourself, don't throw baby into water.
Actually, that's how you're supposed to teach it to swim.
No, that is not how you are supposed to. Not for babies. You don't teach babies to swim.
Yeah, you do.
Don't throw a baby into the
I
water.
thought
You can start
throw
teaching them
babies into the
as young
water?
as, I think...
Cam's just out here by the pool
I'm not
looking for
joking.
babies to
You
throw
can
in.
literally start teaching babies to swim as young as like I think 12 months.
Fuck, I
Yeah.
have my new fucking game.
I mean, I don't
plan.
think
Give me
you
a
throw
second.
them.
Yeah, I'm just
You
saying.
can
Wait a
teach
Yeah,
second.
you,
babies.
I can look up videos. You
Grossly
literally throw them.
oversimplifying to just throw a baby into the water.
So I was like, you see in Blight that one move. There's like the one kid that's drowning, and then the other kid that's like being taught how to like the parents like holding like having fun, and then the other kid next to them is drowning. Which one is Blake's kid? Which one's Cam's kid?
Inspiration is just if I use it, I get advantage.
You get to reroll any. You get to reroll any d20 roll that you make before you know the result. So if it's an attack,
Before.
an ability check, or something, and you're like, I don't like that roll. I'm gonna try again. I'm gonna use my
Wait, but
inspiration.
so after I know the result.
No, before you know the result.
Oh,
So
wow,
if-
you can start like 6 months. Holy shit! Sorry, I had to look that up.
Yeah, so basically, if I ask you to roll a check for me or something, and like it's like a 2 or 3, and you're like, that's not good. That regardless of what I add
Yeah,
to
okay.
it, you can say,
Yeah.
I'll use my inspiration. I'm gonna roll again,
Okay, cool.
and that's not gonna go away anytime soon.
Nice.
Put it to good
Uh,
use.
Hopefully, otherwise you're gonna have that
Hopefully.
clover next to your token for the rest of the campaign.
Maybe I want it.
So for recipes, the cost is like the DC +1. So does that mean the DC for making a healing experimental potion would be 1 higher than the base? But
so okay,
Hold on.
so the
I'm trying
DC
to
of you,
understand what the healing recipe is and how that's different than. Do I have to roll for all of these, or do I have to just roll for the experiment?
yes, it is a roll. So the roll for so the roll for if you want to do just a regular so you can crank out the healing bases. You can do a minor healing potion, no roll required.
Okay,
No roll
But
is
if I
required
wanna
for the
do
minor healing potion.
but if I want to do a greater one, I have to roll for it.
Yeah, then the DC is 11.
Okay, and I have
and-
+6. Okay.
Yeah, do you have personalized do you have personalized yeah, you do. You have silver alchemist tools, which means it's wisdom
Yes.
plus proficiency. So yes.
Hello.
Hi, Jackson.
Hello.
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 Okay.
All right.
Would it be possible if I had like toddled up to Pal and be like, hey, could you just watch over me and then have Pal cast guidance on me for these checks, or is it like
I would allow you to get guidance for one check.
for one?
You get to choose which one it is.
Because
So
the way that I had broken it down is like I'm gonna do one experimental potion,
yeah.
two minor healing potions, and one greater
So
healing potion.
yeah. So if you do a experimental potion, no, just a plain old experimental potion, that's a DC 8. If you do a experimental healing potion, that's a DC 10. If you want to do a healing potion, I don't know why you would do a healing potion with a plain base, but if you wanted to do that, that would be a roll for a 9. But you could get the same thing for cheaper.
Right.
Just don't worry about it. You could do this inefficiently if you wanted to, like an amateur.
I won't. I won't. Yeah, so I might have Pal watch over me while I do the greater healing potion.
Okay.
Hey, Pal, could you like taste test the pulp content of this?
I am not putting anything that
Can you
just
just
made.
look at it? just look at it.
Sure.
Does this look okay?
It's like when a kid just makes like a monster,
I
like
have
a
a mud
horrible thing. Yeah, like a mud pie's like, hey, try it. Like,
Yeah, and
roll
like
makes a
there's the
shower
thing where you like you
potion.
put it like
Like an
close to your
anime,
mouth
but
and like
it's
over like
Yeah,
good.
It's like an anime where it's
Very
like, it's
good.
like really cursed looking foods and there's like
Yeah,
actual
no, like
weird
in
stuff
Breath of the
out it.
Wild or Tears of the Kingdom,
It's
where you mess up the
literally
food.
Censored.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Yeah.
Censored
if
IRL.
Pal wouldn't mind casting guidance on me while I work on the greater healing potion.
All right, you can add a single D4 to a DC 11 crafting check.
Okay, here we go. So I get to add a 1 from the D4,
Okay,
Plus-
cool.
Nice.
6 from my wisdom proficiency, so it's plus 7.
Yes.
So I just need a 4 or higher.
Yes. So impossible to fail.
Oh, okay, I got an 11. I rolled an 11, so that's
Perfect.
We got the greater healing potion.
All right, I'm gonna
I-
add that to your inventory.
And I automatically have the 2 minor healing potions.
Okay, you're gonna crank out 2 minor healing potions.
Yes. And then
All right.
I'm gonna make
I'll
one
add those.
experimental potion. And then I got
Okay.
10 left over for just me. just to have.
One for me, for moi.
And for me, for my services.
Delicious.
Because I'm not keeping these potions.
A tweet for the
Potions are
chef.
for us.
Here,
All
pal,
right,
could you taste
so,
this? Just slams
you're
the
going to
drink against
experiment
its metal
then.
body.
A plain experiment potion. It's a DC 8 check.
Okay. And I get a plus 6, so I literally just need a 2 or higher.
Correct.
Come on.
Natural 1.
Ooh, yeah, 17.
Natural 1.
17 plus
17.
6, so 23.
All right, please roll a D20 for me, so I can choose what new recipe you discovered.
You got a death
7.
potion, and you
Lucky
drop
number
Seven.
7.
All right.
Potion
All right.
explode your colon.
You get the. Okay, so let me
It's an
let
unbridled
me open
power
your
of the sun.
journal real quick and go to recipes. You have learned the sanctified potion recipe.
Ooh.
What this does is let me put that in. It gives basically a sanctuary effect after a creature drinks this.
Oh, shit.
It
Oh.
lasts. The sanctuary effect lasts for 1 minute, and the creature must make a DC 10 plus your proficiency bonus wisdom saving throw. So a DC 13 whiz save throw.
You're writing all this down, right?
Yes, I'm
For
putting
me?
in the
Okay,
journal.
cool,
Yeah.
Thank you.
To attack.
So then I
Uh,
have like an armful of bottles, and I'm looking
Yeah.
like a big cheesy grin up
Yeah.
at Pal, and I have like potion all over my face, like pulp.
Yeah, you should note that to recreate this, it's going to be a bit more expensive, because this is just like you basically that sort of like meme where it's like you did this the wrong way on the math test, but you got the right answer. That's what
Right.
experimenting is. If you want to recreate it, it's going to be more expensive this next time around.
Right. After I made it, I'm like, okay, now that I know what I have, I know what steps I didn't need to do and what I should have done instead.
Yeah.
I see what I did, and I see how I can do it better. Cool beans.
I see where I've made mistakes, and I strive to learn from them.
Cool. And so how much does that cost to make then? Do I know?
Yeah, in the future, it's going to add 40 gold
plus
to
base cost. Gotcha.
yes,
Okay.
to the but yes,
Cool beans.
it's and I will
pretty
add
Yeah,
I will
I'll get
add that, and I will script that. I'll like make the whole thing next session. Hopefully, you don't need to use the potion of the sanctified potion, in at like some point in the session. But if you do, then I'll just do it on the fly. But
Yeah, I think I'm going to reorganize this recipe page, but perfect.
yeah, that's fine.
Oh, look what I made! Look at all these juices.
There's a bunch of like
Goodness.
there's a bunch of like red bottles of questionable pulp, and then there's like a weird like urine looking bottle that's with something that looks like urine. Yeah, yeah, it's like a mix between like lemonade and apple juice, and it's very like urine looking.
Go see a doctor, please.
I know what it looks like, but I promise
Sanitary?
it's not that.
Alright,
It looks
I'm
like
gonna-
the most
It's not like that.
it looks like the most dehydrated piss you've ever seen.
How much did that cost?
It would cost me 40. But it's gonna
Total. How much did?
cost,
That one
Can I have-
total was 40. So you have 10 gold left over.
I have
No.
10 gold left over.
Yeah.
I pull out my receipts. They're flattened and laid very neatly on one on
Yeah.
top of another. There's a small paper clip holding them all together.
Yep.
Great job.
Various
No.
handwriting. Some of them's like chicken scratch. The others just like very loop and neat and like fancy looking cursive.
Can I keep the 10?
Just don't spend it on something dumb.
Okay.
Don't spend it all in one place.
Okay, I'll be sure to ask you before I buy something.
Hey, kid, you want to buy this for 10 gold?
Thanks, pal. I'm gonna run off. I'm gonna go find
All right.
Penny so I can give her some potions.
Penny
you-
Penny would find a quiet place. If the only quiet place is the room that they have the drunk dolphin, then she would be there.
There's the room. There's a couple of like not like there's like some like quiet like places that were made for like just like relaxing. That's like just sort of like outside the main roads that people walk. There's just like sections of like benches like and like under canopies and whatnot that you can find.
Yeah, she needs like a good workspace because she's gonna be doing a lot of note taking.
Yeah, you're able to find one that's sort of like a stone picnic table, and you're able to like spread like all your materials like across it basically, and take up the whole thing.
But I'm gonna have Bert be on paper duty in case the wind blows any of them away. He's gonna get them, bring them back.
He's in owl form right now, so he's just sort of like in sort of like a slightly puffy but also slightly decomposing like ball, just sort of like balled up there and just as like paperweight.
Yep, he is my paperweight. I
Sit,
pick him
sitting
up
on
and I
stuff.
set him on his side, and he just doesn't move.
He'll just
stiff
like
as a bone.
he'll like rotate his head to follow you, but like the rest of his body is just like stationary and just staying there.
All right. Well, yeah, and I'm gonna be looking over specifically the fear circle.
All right.
I want to try and work backwards to extract the spell from the circle.
Okay. Please make an Arcana check.
That's a natural 20. Plus 7
All right.
for 27. That's my second one on Arcana. I'd be
That
looking at
specific
shit.
Arcana check.
Yeah. I don't know what it is, but I understand the circle.
All right. You're able to, if you so choose, you may add the fear spell to your spell book for half the price, even though it is not within your school of magic.
Isn't fear necromancy?
It is illusion.
Hold on. Let me look it up and just make sure that I.
Oh, Cam.
It is illusion. Oh, I think it's cause fear is necromancy.
Yes.
That's really stupid, but they should
Yeah.
either both be illusion or both be necromancy.
Well, there's
Yeah.
fake fear and there's cause fear. Faking fear is just like, haha, funny prank, illusion. Cause fear is you're an evil son of a bitch. Stop.
True. All right, and then yeah, I would spend 50 gold on
Alright.
spell inks to
Yeah.
add fear.
You have learned a new CC spell that is in a 30-foot cone.
Let's go.
Fireball.
Penny's evil arc.
Let's go.
Fireball.
She's going to
Why
get
is it
her.
I already have fireball.
Get
I already
it
have fireball.
again.
He doesn't get to choose a spell. He just learned.
Get it again.
And then Penny's
Wait, how
gonna
did
spend.
you learn fear? Did you have
Basically,
the-
I reverse engineered the trap or the magic circle that the guy had.
Yep.
Because I rolled
Oh,
very
that's
high on copying
cool.
it down.
Yeah,
and then I
that
rolled
was-
very high on studying
That-
it.
That was a very creative use. I'm like, yeah, I props to that. That's very creative way to go about doing it.
Yeah, Penny works. From the way I've always seen it, Penny works best taking a completed product and trying to take it apart to learn it, rather than trying to understand it.
Like a
without any
human
sort of thing.
being. They're already
Yes.
completed, but if she takes it apart, she understands it completely.
Yeah, exactly. I need to tear apart some people, like while they're living.
Gotta make sure all those bits and juices make sense.
Yeah, I was gonna say I need to see how things pump. That way I
Mhm.
know where everything's going.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Penny's gonna spend basically the rest of the time consulting the big book,
I must ponder my orb.
and just kind of hitting a dead end in terms of how to stop people from convulsing and screaming when she does the raised dead thing. Or the animate dead thing, sorry. Raised
Yeah.
dead is an actual.
I mean, you can only animate one more like consistently, and then it'll
Yes.
become an issue. But like, what's one more like nightmare for your party? You know?
yeah, exactly.
Utilitarian wise, it just diminishing returns. They're gonna have less and less nightmares.
Well,
I just
mean,
want to
anytime-
I just want to say that like Penny is basically like practicing like medieval age medicine compared to like
Yes.
the modern day is equivalent of animate dead. So
Yes.
it's a
She
bit
just-
gruesome. It's
all of her
So-
spells are a bit archaic in terms of
Yeah.
how she casts them. But yeah, that's Penny. What's Penny to spend her day doing? And if Noda ever somehow finds her,
yeah.
Do I?
Noda, let me
she's
check.
not hiding. So.
Yeah, let me look at your passive perception and survival. Yeah, it's good enough to you're able to just find Penny no problem.
Penny, Penny, Penny! I made you something! And I hold up the jar that looks like piss.
Like Penny, when Noda bothers you, you're on the breakthrough. You're like, wait a minute, what's this? What's that? What? Oh, and you're about to put the quill to paper, and then Noda barges in.
Drops the piss on you.
Yeah, Penny's gonna flinch
sorry,
really
were you
hard
in
and
the middle
scatter
of
her
something?
papers. Like her papers scatter to the wind.
Yeah,
I made
Uh,
you something that's up a pile of piss.
Can you help me grab those? I need
Uh,
those quickly.
Oh, sorry!
Bert's gotta hop around and just like sort of pick some up with his beak and then fly
I,
over to the
like,
table and set them down.
Expertly throw Terrence like a paperweight onto some of the further papers
I like
as
to
I try to
imagine
get
he's-
some.
I like to imagine he splats like one of those hands that you get at, like the
Yeah.
roller.
Yeah, it just goes. You
There's,
hear.
like, that, and like there's definitely like a small, because he's always damp, so there's like a small frog imprint on that piece of paper.
Yeah.
Oh,
A little frog
Um,
stain. It wasn't anything super important, right?
no. And Penny is just gonna put away the page that definitely had some of her like notes that she was working on.
There is like it's the paper that you're about to write your breakthrough onto, and there's just like a period on there that is like slightly smudged now due to Terrence.
I'll do that later. What did you make? You
This is for you, so you can stay up. And it's the sanctified potion. It's you know, if you drink this, it's not.
it looks.
It's not. No, I. So I know.
You need to drink some water, hands in the water skin.
I will note, Penny, that the bottle is quite warm. Due to the
Please reach for your water skin.
I just came from that direction, and I point past the bathroom.
My job is so complete if you just reached for your water skin right now and handed it to her.
Is everything all right? No, do you feel like dizziness, dry lips?
No,
I'm gonna touch her nose. Is her nose wet?
I'm always damp.
Yeah, much like Terrence, Noda is just not quite at like a moist sponge, but not quite a dry towel, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I juiced some apples and lemons for the base of this potion.
Oh,
But-
it's okay. Okay.
What did
Okay,
you?
that makes more
What did
sense.
you think it was? I
I
thought
don't
you
need
thought
to
I was
talk- we don't
giving
need
you
to
room
talk about it.
temperature lemonade, and I was like, I wouldn't do that. That's gross. But,
I see. Yeah, no. I was thinking of something stupid. Don't worry about it.
you could think of something stupid. You're so smart, Penny.
I'm extremely stupid sometimes, but that's besides the point.
Anyways, I know sometimes it's important that you don't. Well, I mean, no offense, but you're kind of squishy. So, like,
Am I? And Penny's got a
Well,
poke in her arms.
Not like that. I just mean like.
It's
if you
like
get
brittle.
hit once, it's kind of brutal. So this
I mean, I guess
juice.
that's fair.
You said you didn't like pulp, right?
I prefer not to have it.
I tried to scoop out as much as I can, and you see like slightly yellow stained paws. But if you drink this, it's a little bit harder for other people to hit you.
Oh, okay.
And then also, in case you do get hit, there's this, and then I also give you the potion of greater healing.
Oh shit. I am receiving items.
I don't
I should-
want you to die.
I should point out that the Sanctified Potion, the effect does end if you make an attack or cast a spell that affects an enemy creature.
Okay, then I need to ask you.
Does that affect it if you're using the skeletons to attack? Does
I'm
that
gonna say the
count?
skeletons aren't me, because if that's true, then I would also trigger Grim Harvest off of them, which I don't.
You do not. Yes, that would not
So-
affect that would not affect
Wait,
it. I'm
what's-
just saying if you cast like
What's Harvest?
what's like the hand thing or whatever.
Maximilian's Earthen's Grasp. That
Yeah.
I would consider.
Yeah, that would cancel Sanctuary. Any sort of spell attack would cancel Sanctuary.
Grim Harvest is my necromancy ability. At
Oh.
second level, I can anytime I kill somebody. Oh,
Oh, hello.
Oh, right.
Anytime you
Hi.
kill
Sorry, I
somebody-
said Trader Quest.
Anytime I kill someone with a spell, I regain health equal to the spell's level, equal to twice the spell's level. If it's a necromancy spell, I gain 3 times it. The unfortunate part is there is not a lot of good damaging leveled necromancy spells until you get later on.
I see.
So you guys
I
have
think
to
it's like-
survive.
I think
Would
it's
it
like
work
I think it's like
similarly if
Blight
your
is the
goons
best
killed
one.
someone? Do you like do
No, because the way that they work, they're technically not a spell. I have created them to their own unique things. However, Maximilian's Earthen's Grasp, if we're following the same logic, would because it's a spell that I'm actively connected to.
Yes, it is a concentration effect if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. Wizard baby.
Wizard baby. But
anyway, so. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
thank you, Noda, for this. Really.
Yeah, sorry. The room temperature. I don't really have a means of cooling it.
It'll cool when it's in here, and then Penny's gonna put. Or actually, no, Penny wouldn't put it in there. She would not want. Might be safer to put it in there because if this spills in the bag, I don't. Penny's gonna pop open the sanctuary
I'll be
potion,
real
just give
with
it a
you,
whiff.
Penny. The sanctified one is really sticky.
You're gonna give it a whiff? It's got this sort of like pungent like smell to it. It's very
hand squeezed.
Pungent.
It's got hand
Uric.
squeezed apples and
Yeah.
lemons in it, and I did not wash my hands.
Oh, okay.
like
Penny's gonna-
not only does it smell like urine, Penny, it smells like cat urine. Like
Oh,
I don't know
it's
how that happened.
that's strong.
I think it's because I started with well water. but-
Key solvent in potion.
Yeah.
cat
In
urine.
quotations.
Yeah.
Urine.
It's
Uh,
fine. It's
mystery.
fine. I'm sure it tastes better than it smells.
Sure.
It tastes like urine.
Yeah.
Like you're-
Well, I mean, it's not a fun drink, but it's an important one. So
I guess that's fair.
Yeah, what were you up to? What's all this? I like trying to read the paper that I'm holding.
I can.
Sure, make an intelligence check. No.
Oh no.
Good luck.
Oh shit! Dirty 20.
Dirty 20.
I rolled a 19.
Yeah, you're able to see, like, you recognize these characters, you don't know what it means, you're like, I don't, like, you're like, oh, that's a number, I know that. And, like, you see, like, all these signs, you see all these, like, you see these characters and words, and you're like, you see them strung together. You ever, like, read, like a research paper that it's just, like, you don't
understand the words individually, but you can't understand them all together.
Exactly. You see these words you see a series of words in a sentence, and your eyes just sort of glaze over. But you're able to like read it and like, this is. You're aware that this is smart stuff.
Oh yes, and I read off the title.
Yeah.
Yes. Cool.
That's. Yeah. That's sorry. That was one I was working on. I think I almost got it. I can maybe try and do a little demonstration.
Okay, I'll just sit down exactly where I am.
Maybe get against the wall because I want to make sure I don't hit anyone else with this.
And bump scooch against the wall.
And then I know I don't have it prepared, but can I cast the fear spell that I just learned?
Yes. I'll
Oh no! Am I about to get PTSD from the ship?
You were about to. Here, let me pull up the fear spell and read you exactly what it says. Now, this may be a little tough, but you just remember it's not real.
Oh, this is on this is on me.
And I need you to make me a wisdom. I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, and you can choose to fail it if you want.
I'm gonna say that while helping out, Bert is also caught in the cone. So if you could make a wisdom saving throw for him.
Sure thing.
Is a 16 save?
Just barely.
Okay, my ears definitely flattened though. I was like, that's a bad feeling.
Bert is in.
Holy shit!
So what happens is like you see Penny sort of like move her hands in like a circular motion. You see a smaller version of like a small magical circle appear in front of her before she slams her palm against it, and like all that happens is like there's just sort of like a rush of like a wave of energy and air just sort of like flows over you and Bert. It ruffles Bert's feathers and it pushes your ears back a little bit, but then like after a moment it just passes and you're just sort of standing there feeling like a light breeze pushed you slightly.
I think I got a chill, but the only thing that's helping me like not get like put like the thing that gave me like a little bump to pass was Penny saying this is not real, so like brace yourself for it.
What ended up happening is that it felt like you just walked into like an air conditioned building for a second almost. It's sort of you got that sensation.
Did you get anything from that?
Yeah, it was cold. It's really cold.
Cold? Is that supposed to feel? It's supposed to feel more than cold. I must something up.
I almost got chills. But luckily, I'm pretty acclimated to the cold. But that's not on you. That's.
Penny, you're like
I pretty neat. I don't know what it was supposed to do, but I got thick fur.
Penny's like picking up some of the papers and just kind of reading over again, seeing where she messed up somewhere.
It's like I didn't try to cast Cone of Cold there. That was supposed to be fear. That's crazy. Don't check the notes. Like the math should be mathing, but it's not.
Well, maybe you just managed to. Maybe you have more resistance against them than I thought. It's because you're so strong.
It's because I got that thick fur. The cold didn't bother me anyways.
Well, it was supposed to show you. Basically, I can make people see their greatest fears.
Oh, why would you want to do that to me?
Well, that's why I kind of gave you the warning.
Oh, okay.
Jeez.
I was gonna drop it really quickly as soon as I saw it take effect. I just wanted to make sure I had it going, but it's hard to.
I mean, it almost felt like that chill that I felt when I saw that boat that one time. But then I'm like, oh, it's not all boats, it's just that one. But then it wasn't even that one anymore. But
okay, well that means I'm on the right track at least.
I think so. You looked really cool doing it. You were pretty intimidating.
Oh, thank you. I've been working on my exaggeration to try and.
Wait,
No,
wait, yeah,
it's
show
okay.
me another one. Show me another pose. Power pose for me.
Penny is going to, without
JoJo
her
pose.
focus, she's going to actually, with her focus, she is going to kind of hold her arm in front of her face, like above her head, and then then she's gonna look behind Noda, and then as she brings her arm down, basically anywhere that her arm passes just turns to like a puff of smoke, until eventually her whole body's a puff of smoke, and then I'm gonna poke Noda in the back as I cast Misty Step to stab.
Penny!
That
was so cool! Holy heck!
That one's kind of simple, but it's all about presentation.
That was so good! Oh my god, I didn't even see you move. That's crazy.
These kids are wasting spell slots in the playground.
We have a whole day. You said we did.
You do. That's just.
I want to have fun with my spell slots.
That was so cool.
But yeah, I'm starting to get a hang of some of the more complicated stuff. But the fear one, I think I missed something when I was casting it or when I was writing it down.
Yeah, I mean, I'm also pretty fearless. I think you're right, but.
Well, you're extremely strong.
Yeah, I am. No biggie. I flex.
By the way, this form does not have a lot of strength. It's the bear form.
yeah, I know. I got a +1 strength.
Reminder. Reminder.
Editor's note.
To the audience at home.
Yeah. Narrator's note.
But
no, she's not.
I think I've finished up here if we want to meet back up with everyone. What time is it? I imagine it's getting quite late because Penny's been out here most of the day.
Yeah, it's been a while. Noda had to spend quite some time making all these potions, plus getting receipts and returning the POW and being like, yes, I spent it only on groceries. Look.
Noda's trying so hard to stay on Pal's good side. She just wants to impress him.
Yeah, you were doing a good job there, back in the boat.
She just wants him to think she's capable.
Yeah, and then
there is a sense of pride that she felt when Pal told her to do things because she felt like it meant that he trusted her enough to give her.
I think Noda lacks purpose. She wants to slay a dragon, I think, is her goal.
She's 8! What do you want from her?
She wants to be accepted. She wants to be cool.
She thinks that Pal's a really big, strong guy. She wants to be big and strong, so she's like, I gotta look up to him.
Random question, Leo.
Sure.
Is there a mechanic in
here, it's possible to find one. The last person that offered... Now, there are artificers. If you're looking for a mechanic to delve in and modify you, that's going to be a bit harder. The person that offered to do that for you was Soccer Bopper back in Lucky Fortune. Here, let me check real quick. Let me check my notes to see what artificers are in Delphine. Okay, so you're gonna find a shop that has a bunch of specialized crossbows and arrows and bolts. And you're gonna see just sort of a gnome tinkering there. And when you ask it whether or not they could take a peek into automatons and constructs that are seem to be sentient or sapient, this wily old gnome that's with receding hairline, white hair, he's definitely up there in years, is gonna go, oh well, I personally never want to do that myself, but I know I have a friend across the waters over in Fatoa. She'd be more happy to help you out. I think she and her sister actually run. They actually don't have a shop like mine. It's one of a kind, mind you. She and her sister run an inn. I think it's called the Lit Lantern.
Which city?
Fatoa. Across the waters. If you can find a boatsman to take you there. Bit turbulent these past days. There was a sandstorm and whatnot.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, sure. Anyone else?
Oh yeah, I have something I want to do. So
Okay.
I mentioned that I wanted to keep the bolt that shot me.
Yes, the ballista bolt. It's you did take it out. I'll add it to your inventory. It's basically a spear, or javelin, I guess.
Yeah. I just want to walk back to the counter with the person who made fun of us for going to the boat.
So she is like there. She seems to be applying like something to her nails. She's painting them like she's painting them like a deep like dark like jade green. And when you drop like this javelin sized ballista bolt on the counter, just a and she's like, "Can I help you?" Yes.
Yeah, the boat that we went out to check, it's been dealt with now. Just wanted to check back in because I know I mentioned to call the guards if we didn't come back.
Well, thank you, sweetheart. That's very kind of you. Thanks for putting this old woman's heart at ease. You see her do a quick look down. She sees the ballista bolt, sees the hole in her chest, and is nonplussed by it.
That's fine.
Wait, did she's not impressed by it?
Yeah,
Nonplussed. But
nonplussed. She's like,
So
wow.
that's interesting. Anyways.
Yeah.
Right.
She's far more
Yeah,
interested in her nails. She's like,
That's cool.
goodbye.
And I just wanted to make sure that we didn't have guards go out to some random location and find the alcohol that might be worth something.
Or the burnt down ship, or the like,
I'm
like,
okay if
like
they find that.
the
That's
cask of poisonous.
That's
Like,
fine.
what?
That's fine. Bird.
Alright.
The mysterious cask of Amontillado. Delight.
But yeah, if there's nothing else that people would like to do for the day, you can spend the night, and the next session you will take a boat ride across the waters over to Fatoa to talk to their speaker. Violette, sorry, I don't know why I said
is not right.
yeah,
I
no,
don't know
no,
why.
yeah, no. Fatoa is actually the whole ass. Like, I gave you a country, not a city, on accident.
Wow.
I
It's
think
Violette,
also-
yes. Yeah.
Also, Noda had at some point given Gris and Sam a potion as well.
Go ahead and send that to them then.
Yeah.
With the scallop.
Oh, the lake looks like a dolphin, and you're at
It
the city
does.
of Delphine? That's crazy.
I don't want to be here anymore.
And the
Listen, I can't
the lake is called Delfino Lake? That's crazy.
I'll be real. I had no idea.
That's crazy. Oh jeez. Oh wow.
Do you think I can read? That's actually very in character of Gris.
She's lived here her whole life, and she's like, wait a second.
She hasn't lived here her whole life. I actually read up on everyone's backstories. The three of you, at least. The robots are just kind of there, but they do have the most interesting dynamic, I'll admit.
I do want to bowl Sam like a bowling ball sometimes, though.
Sam, accept my
You gotta
potion.
grow up first.
True. Thing is that I've gotten as tall as I will, and I'm 1'7".
But yeah, did you guys enjoy that session?
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
I hope that
I like
crafting
being
experience
able
was
to actually reverse
too
everything that-
overwhelming for you, Lucy, or
The
too
what?
complicated. The crafting system.
No, I got it all down in my journal.
Okay. Yeah,
I
I
got partway through it, but I'm
Plus, we also
organizing
have the
it.
mechanics document that we
Yeah.
can always fall back on.
Yeah,
I-
but I like having it here, so I have to frantically scroll through the
Yeah.
mechanics
I-
document.
I really liked how you came up with like reverse engineering that. That was a creative use of spells, or like spell knowledge or whatever.
I am
Very cool.
missing a d20, but no, there it is. Yeah, because I was thinking, I'm like, wait, if this is powered by a spell, and I rolled a natural 20 to copy it down and like study it.
Yeah, it's not technically powered by a spell. It's basically a spell turret that like looks
Yes.
at it, finds a target and just like
somewhere
fires.
in it needed to have the spell
Yeah.
written down for it to work.
Yes.
And I was like, could I pull that out?
You're good, yeah. But yeah, next
That's
next
very
go
in character
around,
for
you're
helping me
handing the
learn as
feel
well,
it.
which is very much
Yeah.
she does things and then she's like, oh, that's how you do it, and then she tries to do it again.
But yeah,
Thank you for having us, Wio.
Yeah, thank you for. I'm glad you guys enjoyed the session. That was a very fun moment in the boat. You guys solved my boat puzzle. Congratulations.
I nearly burned it down.
Yeah, you nearly killed each other in the process of doing it.
And nearly failed.
Yeah. That was he was supposed to, the guy was supposed to use that in the fight, by the way, but he didn't get to. So I'm glad it went off somehow.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you, Ty. You really picked. You saw like, oh, this is missed potential. There's room for bits here.
I pull myself up from the bootstraps and realized this encounter was a bit too easy. I think.
So roll for initiative. I'm challenging you now. Let's go.
Also, if I can get like 4 skeletons before our next major fight, that's gonna be funny. I do need. Oh, wait. Before we go, I need to get weapons for Jingleheimer.
Oh, before we leave this place, you mean?
Yes, so I need to get him a short bow and a short sword. And
I can subtract the gold from your inventory and just add that to his.
Leo? I would.
Yeah, I can do that.
Basically, just kit him out like a skeleton stat block would be with 20 arrows.
All right.
Can you, when you have time, Leo,
skeleton
double check
default
the
pack in
DCs
the
I
back
have
of
on my
Dwarven
recipes?
Mire.
Yeah, of course. Let me see. No,
I think
let's
I
see.
have it all down.
Yeah. Let me check. Oh, I didn't give you the DC for the Sanctified Potion, actually. It's
Oh yeah, I guess I
the
should have. I
Sanctified-
just assumed
yeah.
it was the same
Yeah,
as
no,
the
the
Experiment
Sanctified Potion adds +3 to the DC.
Ah, shit. Okay. So then
Yeah.
the plain base would be 11, and then
Yes.
the
If
other
you want-
one would be
13.
13. Okay.
So if you want a healing Sanctified Potion, that's 13, baby.
And 65 gold.
But that's a really strong potion, though. It's
It's
a
a good
minor healing
potion.
potion plus the Sanctuary effect. That'll pick someone up, and that'll probably protect them for a round of combat, so they don't immediately
That's
go
true.
back
You
down
gotta,
again.
like, force feed somebody that though if they're down.
Yeah, but imagine instead of casting Healing Word or Cure Wounds, you casted both. Like you casted a better healing, better Cure Wounds and Sanctuary on someone at the same time.
That's
to
true.
use an
that's
action.
True.
Potions are go crazy. I think
Nice.
also with the pennies crafting mechanic, which it's far more expensive to dabble in, is magical tattoos.
Yes.
Yeah, because
her
to ex-
specialty is making scrolls. You will have to convince her to tattoo you. She will not
Yes.
do it off base.
and also to experiment at all, it's 100 gold, straight up.
Wow.
But it is a passive it's a passive magical item effect that you attune to. So for 100 gold, getting a
really crazy.
getting a
Is it
random
random,
magical item
or-
yeah, it's a
Well,
random
I don't have any
effect.
recipes, so
Will
it
the
would have to be
tattoo
random.
just not work, or will the tattoo have negative side effects?
Or will
The
it look
tattoo will
really
just-
bad?
It just will be
Yeah, if you
maybe not the best, but it won't be actively detrimental.
if you unattune to the tattoo will fade away and it will be lost.
Oh.
So if you have no attunements to whatsoever, a tattoo wouldn't hurt. If you want to mess around with attunements, yeah,
I would
and
love
also
to attune to
you can
something.
just put 3 tattoos on someone and be like, okay, that's it. You don't need any attunement items the rest of the campaign or something.
I mean, I already have 1 tattoo. I could have 2 more. Just put them all on me.
Yeah. Good.
On me.
Yeah, that snatch claw tattoo, by the way, like Penny could have broken that down and like learned how to apply that to anyone, but since Nona's the only one that would really want it, you guys don't have like a monk in your party or like an unarmed fighter,
Yeah.
so it's fine.
Well, I don't fight with
Can I
weapons.
tattoo my fucking skeletons?
So yes,
so
but they
expensive.
will lose it when they die, basically.
Okay, so it's not worth it, is what I'm hearing.
100
You
gold
can't-
per
you-
skeleton.
100 gold to basically get a random buff on a skeleton, basically. If you have disposable income, that's not bad. And also, you're discovering random recipes that you can apply. Now, I'm gonna warn you.
They're great.
Though I'm gonna warn you.
Extendable are these?
I'm gonna warn you. The recipes experimenting is a lot cheaper than the actual recipes themselves. So if experimenting is 100 gold, there's some recipes are a lot more expensive. Like if you experiment and get like one of the possible, I'm not gonna tell you what the effect is, but one of the possible effects in order to recreate it is 1,200 gold.
Oof. That's a bit of a steep one.
But I will tell you that effect is fantastic, and I think anyone would want that. I think anyone in this party would want that effect.
Ooh. But to answer Ty's question, if they die, they just collapse into a pile of bones, in which case I can cast Animate Dead to reanimate them at any time. Animate Dead takes a minute to cast, so I can't cast it in combat. And if I don't have enough spell slots to cast it to get them back up, I can simply just scoop them into the bag and then just have a pile of bones ready to reanimate at any time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Legitimately, the reason that I can start like really come out at like getting these all together is because we have a bag holding. That's what really allows Necromancer to actually do things. Otherwise, I have to keep finding corpses, and I'm not that corrupt to go digging up corpses yet.
Oh.
Who knows? Maybe Penny will get to that point.
All right, I'm just checking everyone's. Yeah. Okay. So.
Because I am considering 2 separate paths for Penny, but I need to figure out what I'm doing with a character in my backstory still. Leo knows the one.
Yeah. I have a couple of ideas that we could try, but I'll DM you once I hammer out the details.
So let's say, yeah, if you get them, just send them to me, into my brain, from your brain.
Give them to me.
Give them to me.
So I can't set like special, like unique tool proficiencies. That's why Nelda doesn't have potion or tools on her character sheet. I know Penny has calligrapher tools. Did anyone else pick up a tool proficiency? You don't have to. It's just
I don't think so.
You get a free optional. You get as an option. You can pick a free one up at level 3 or at any point afterwards. That. So if you're like, oh, my character would probably learn how to do this at some point.
It made sense for Penny.
I mean, Pal would probably not a tinker as far as like fixing Sam up, but that's just why I took mending. Yeah. Yeah, you can say
potion.
It is, yes, because potions are potioner supplies is making potions. Alchemist makes bombs and oils.
Gotcha. Okay. What about brewers?
Brewers make spirits, which is the thing that allows you to spend hit die for other stuff, similar to the serene spirits that Mr. Murmur gave Gris.
I see.
There's the one that lets you add it to certain saving throws, and I believe there's one that just lets you like spend it to heal, if I'm not mistaken.
Wild.
Yeah, the Hardy Brew. You can spend a hit die and heal that amount. There's some.
Do you not want this potion of healing? I keep trying to send it to you, but you don't take it.
He wants you to sweeten the deal.
I mean, it's a potion of healing. If you don't want it, you don't want it.
I don't know. That's the art of the deal, baby. That's the art of the deal.
Yeah, I guess I'll just keep it. I made it for Sam, but it's whatever. It's cool.
Right.
I don't know if you left or what. You just said something.
Yes. So, by the way, like, if you want to say, like, Pal can probably knows how to do Tinker's kits, you do know how to make, like, construct stuff, and you also know how to make armaments, which includes crossbows, and if you can think of a justifiable reason to, Pal can know how to make guns.
I can't yet.
Okay. Just say,
cool. That'd be really cool. I can't think of any like lore reason Pal would have learned how to make a firearm.
Okay, yeah. Imagine that ballista thing, but smaller and in your hand.
Dude, imagine if you shot with the ballista and I pull a Glock on him.
It's like, I see what we're doing. Yeah, no, Pal could be like, I'm out of spell slots, but I'm not out of options, and pulls a Glock out.
You know how you feel.
So wait, Ty, now that you're here, do you want this potion of healing?
Oh fuck!
I keep trying to send it to you, but you don't.
I do want this potion. Trade request no longer valid.
I sent it to you like 4 different times, but it says you got it, so.
Oh, okay.
Should be good. Cool beans.
Inventory, potion of healing. Yep. Thank you.
Yep.
But that does mean that you can, if you give yourself, you can make yourself instead of having to buy a crossbow if you ever want one of any kind, you can just make it for half the price. And also, you can make specialized crossbow bolts and modify a crossbow if you want to.
Very cool. We'll mess with that in the future.
Yeah, check out the mechanics doc that I linked you guys to see how that works. But yeah, there are some silly additions you can make to a crossbow if you so desire. Let's see. But yeah,